It was a bad weekend for little Justin.
I called it. Pew pew, straight sheep.
I don't remember where I was.
Pew pew, straight sheep.
I just remember crying.
Pew pew, straight sheep. I called it. Pew pew, straight sheep. Uncaged banter of straight sheep. Pew pew, straight sheep. I called it. Pew pew, straight sheep.
I just remember crying.
Pew pew, straight sheep. I called it. Straight sheep with cannon.
Hep. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
I miss Rice-A-Roni.
I mean, I'm sure I've had it before.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was good. I liked it.
You know what wasn't bad? That jingle.
That was a good jingle. It was a real good jingle.
It was more than just the treat of San Francisco. It was the treat of my heart. The rice and the roni.
The rice and the roni.
Jimmy's looking for the butt to talk into on
Yeah, I
the
just
mic.
want to make sure I'm pulling the right way.
Make sure you're talking to the butt.
Again, I feel like we should get some like whiteout or something. Just put it on the mic where the little heart is, so it's easier to see in the dank darkness of your basement where the spiders come to crawl.
I mean, we are
Where else
under
will
the
we put
brightest.
spiders. I'm not going to put them in the bedroom.
We are.
Because
Under,
that's where I keep the crickets. That's
We
where
are-
I'm trying to get in.
we are set up in the brightest spot of the basement.
Yeah,
I will
the
say.
one spot in the basement that has a light.
I mean, they're just fluorescent lights. They're easy to change. You can buy a box of 15
But the
for
thing
like
is, these
$20.
fluorescent lights are really skinny. You can't. These really skinny bulbs are hard to find. There's only one in there.
You find Amazon. That's where I get mine.
Amazon.
Like all those people who pitched a tent and then picketed in Alabama for unions to try to filibuster Amazon, and you want me to turn my back on that hard work and buy from Amazon for skinny little light bulbs?
And then, like, you
Okay,
just
you can go to Lowe's if you want
put
to.
in
It's
the
fine.
search engine, just like skinny fluorescent light bulbs. Were you looking for this? Lights out.
Light Bright by Fisher Price.
Oh,
All right, so a little different episode today.
yeah, a little bit.
Not even sure when this is going to release. I'm thinking Friday or Saturday.
One of those days.
Yeah, 'cause
it's going to be released on a day.
Because we're releasing Uncaged on Thursday.
Yes.
So we'll probably do this one Friday or tomorrow. We'll throw it out there.
It could be one for a rainy day.
Yeah, like this might come out before the Uncaged episode we just mentioned Thursday. But basically what has happened is that our dear friend Jonathan, who you might know as JONBOII blah, 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 on Twitter, however the fuck he says that shit, he got his COVID vaccine, and he is not just down for the count, but down for several counts.
I count to 100.
Yeah, count to 5. I
Yeah.
need 5.
Yeah, 3 ain't enough, man. We need 5. So we will be calling him shortly on the phone so he can say hello, even though we are about 12 feet away from him vertically.
Yes.
he's
Jonathan
on-
is above us.
Yeah,
We
he's on the
have
couch.
the fireman pole installed in the living room, so it goes straight to the basement
Yeah.
for easy access to podcasting. We have an emergency cast.
Yeah,
He's feeling the juice.
He is out of it on the couch, and we were having such a fun time talking shit that we thought, why not use that for content like every other millennial?
Yes.
So here we are. The date is, of course, April 20th. So we are calling this the hashtag YOLO Swag 420 Johnny Blaze It episode of Caging Greatness.
Yeah.
And with me, as always, are 2 of our 3
Cheers,
guests. They have cans, and I'm going to open my bottle of water. Yeah.
We got a nice little pop there.
The only bud I got right now is of the light variety in a blue can.
I mean, that's accurate. Yeah, those are Bud Lights.
Yeah, always brewed using the choicest hops, best barley malt, and rice.
We are not sponsored, but we'd
Not
like to
sponsored.
be. Again, anyone listening, we will absolutely whore ourselves out for your product.
There's been a lot of Bud Light cans cracked on this podcast, cracked open.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few. So yeah, no, we just thought I was already here. We were going to record an episode that we've pushed back to a different day. The schedule for release shouldn't be different.
Oh yeah, there'll be no difference in what you hear. It's
Right.
just
For us.
our recording schedule got a little wibbly wobbly.
I mean,
Yeah.
are we at the point where we're damn near like an episode a week now?
Yeah, just about.
I'm pretty sure we're going to have gaps here or there. But
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a couple snow days sort of penciled in, and if we ever feel up to it, we might do 1 or 2 episodes a night. Like if we record back to back for stuff.
Yeah.
If we want to get a little ahead of things,
yeah, when we're just feeling the Holy Spirit.
right? Bunch
So
of-
record them, chop them up, NXT style, present them over a month's time. You're
That
golden.
way,
Yeah,
when the tag team champions lose the belt in 2 days, it'll feel like they had a title for 2 weeks.
the same shit happened to Christian when he lost to Randy Orton. It was bullshit.
I feel like the mic is going to hear this chair creak the whole time.
Well, actually, from what I've listened to, because I don't edit this shit. I just make sure the front part and the last part are there, and it sounds fine. The chair does come through, but not as much as you might think.
Oh, really?
But,
Yeah.
but in the event you do feel subconscious, there is another chair like 3 feet away from you.
Yeah, well, I'm just like trying to find a comfy medium because, again, I don't know if this mic stand is going to just explode like
Yeah.
it normally does.
And also, that chair has tried to kill you on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, like I have talked about in the past, the 2 giant gaping holes in the back of my head because of this chair.
Yeah, because of the chair.
And also, the floor is still free range with spiders.
Yes,
Yeah,
and again,
everywhere.
you're barefoot down here, and that is a bold choice, Pat.
I got my feet crisscross applesauce.
They can climb things.
I mean, Shim brought this up when we came down here to record, and he was like, well, bold move not having shoes down here. And I was like, yeah, good idea. I went upstairs and put on fucking shoes. So I'm ready for it.
yeah, and Pat's just sitting in this metal folding chair with his legs akimbo, all crunched up underneath him.
I'm ready for the big ride, baby. Since this is the bullshit cast, I'm going to bring something up. How come that wasn't part of the intro? Calling you out, brother.
Well, it's quite simple, actually, because it was in a different key from the intro song, so it sounded really off.
None of us were singing.
Yeah, that was tuned just there.
Jimmy had that little toot thing he plays right before he hits record.
A pitch pipe?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also just saw the Canon spin-off YouTube series. Canon shoots hard.
Oh, man. I will shoot very hard.
Like Simon Gotch on Enzo Amore.
No, well, it won't be that. You won't see it as much as that ever, or hear it.
If you were had any sort of wrestling inclination on YouTube, you could not escape that video.
And now all of our recommendations are fucked because our phones heard us just say that.
Oh, you haven't seen this video in about 6 months? Let me remind you real quick.
I mean, it didn't work the last time we talked about it, so
I mean,
this time it probably
you'd
will.
be surprised how cute the NSA bot living in your phone is, because the boys from AYCH, they were talking about their Dogecoin standings, and I got 2 Dogecoin ads on Twitter within 10 minutes of reading that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Our phones are listening to us.
Weirdly enough,
And you're listening to us through your phone.
Yeah.
the last couple of times at work, no, I shouldn't. No, edit.
There have been a couple times I've had to reduce the volume heavily when you say people's names.
Oh, yeah, good. Okay,
I don't cut it out, but I automate the volume to where it's nothing.
All right. My boss had to order mayonnaise by like the bucket, essentially.
Sure.
Like a bucket of mayo. And lo and behold, ads for buckets of mayo started popping up on his Reddit feed.
Incredible.
I was just like, wow. That's amazing.
Do you need an oil
and
drum?
terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you need an oil drum of mayonnaise? Buy in bulk.
Like, we're worrying about our phones listening to us and recording us, and we're recording ourselves and putting it out there for everyone to hear. So who gives a shit, right?
Well, speaking of phones, should we call John before he falls off?
Yeah, no, I was actually about to say that. We should
Oh
Should
my
probably-
God.
Good Lord.
I think there was some shit in his pants after that one.
That's right, everyone. You are listening to the most quality podcast.
Oh man, I'm going to apologize in advance. It has been a long few weeks. I am angry. I didn't get to drive angry today, so this might be the straight shooting with Cannon cast tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, spoiler alert, that is the next movie we'll be watching, Drive Angry, which Pat always spells with an E in that
It looks
second word.
weird without the E.
No, it does. It looks normal without Drive
Whatever.
Angry.
What do you mean it doesn't look right? What?
He
Don't-
types it Drive Angry.
Like EY?
Like anger with a Y at the end of it. Instead of angry, it's angry.
Angry.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't talk me angy.
Well, you can't just add letters and then take more out than you should.
Bitch. You gonna tell me that? You got a gun in them pants?
No.
I got a gun right here.
No, God, pointing the finger guns at me again.
Lo and
I'm
behold,
not
the
going to
finger guns
bang.
return.
I have won.
Otto's actually very upset that we're not watching the movie.
Well, you know, we waited on one episode to make sure you were available for a movie.
I know.
And we'd like to extend that same courtesy to our friend Jonathan.
Always. That was a joke. You see?
Yeah, and
Otto's just kidding.
And if we had thought about it then, and I was already at your house, and then we made the decision that you were going to be busy, it would have been me, Pat, and Jonathan just doing random bullshit then. But that was before we had way more content than people really care to listen to. I'm just kidding. We've always had more content than people care to listen to.
Oh man, we're out there. We're ready for the streaming service. We're ready for
Yep.
the NBC Peacock deal.
That's
to
right.
hit. That money is it's already in our accounts.
We're going to be YouTube partners. We're going to be Twitch partners. We're going to be TikTok verified creators. We're going to be all over Netflix. We're going to show up on fucking AEW as special guests.
Oh man,
Wouldn't that be fun?
that would be fantastic.
I'm still well, since it's probably a little harder to do on AYCH, maybe we'll get that happen here. Cannon will achieve his long-standing dream of taking a back bump through a table.
No, I want the Bad Bunny training. Give me the crash course that they gave Bad Bunny apparently, and I want to have a fucking match in AEW. Okay,
that'd be great.
If the superhuman guy who's throwing himself through light tubes and thumbtacks that are on fire with Raptor action figures and Legos and shit, if he could be on wrestling shows, why can't I be in wrestling shows?
You know what? You got to shoot your shot.
Straight shooting, Cannon.
Because, yeah, we build the following. And we start with the 4 people listening to our bullshit now. Thank you all. And then we get there. But for now, before he passes out entirely, let's give Jonathan a call. See if he answers.
All right, we're giving them a ring.
Yeah. And
All right.
there are a lot of other ways we could have done this, and we're choosing speakerphone into a microphone because this is that sort of episode.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
About to have a run-in, as Conrad Thompson would say.
All right, I don't know if that's picking up, but he is calling.
Is it even on speakerphone?
I don't think that's on speakerphone.
So,
Oh, well, turn up your volume, perhaps.
Ah.
Well, our friend Jonathan has passed the hell out, but I do have a video message we recorded earlier before plans changed for the 6th time in the last hour or so. And so we can just play that shit real quick.
You have a video message? What?
I just recorded him.
Oh.
He was laying on the couch and I recorded him.
yeah, because we kind of just put this on the fly.
Yeah. Last minute changes.
Gotta love them.
We threw out the whole script and everything.
We didn't throw out the script. We fucking nuked it. Hey,
Sure did.
y'all remember the Fanatic?
Remember when you
Yeah.
spent 15... Oh, here's Jonathan.
Jonathan's calling back.
Because I couldn't. Jonathan!
Hey.
We just wanted to say hello, buddy.
Hey,
We're downstairs recording.
You are live.
big booty bitches for all.
It's weird. I can hear you upstairs and through the phone, so it's like some weird echo situation.
Echo.
Echo! Let go, my echo!
All right. I think that'll do it. A whole lot of content there.
Pee pee poo poo.
Stinky.
Uh-oh.
God, I hate that. Why did I instigate it? Shit. I'm terrible with that.
Oh, go. Oh, he hung up.
Oh, bye, Jonathan.
Bye, Jonathan.
I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, we'll see you as soon as we go back upstairs.
After this 4.5 hour Shooting Straight with Cannon podcast.
See, this just gives me a great and terrible idea where we just call up people we know unprovoked and see what they say. Hey, you want to be recorded without your consent?
Actually, well, that's the shitty thing about Alabama law is it's a one-party consent state for recordings. So we don't need their permission. Isn't that fucked up?
So we could just be like, hey, I want to record this conversation, and you can do that, and in this state, that's okay?
And admissible into a court of law, yes.
Wowzer, Bowser.
Last I saw, they might have adjusted that, but probably not.
The more you know.
Now, you can also marry your first cousin here.
The more you know.
I mean, that one's not surprising at all.
Wish you didn't.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it's your third cousin you can marry without worrying about genetic defects.
Yes, but legally you can marry your first cousin here. Because it's Sweet Home Alabama.
You have your entire fist in Otto's butt, Pat?
Well, that's a sentence I didn't think we were going to hear.
Here on Cajun Greatness, we support fisting.
I'm just... all the people that have taken our cards from places, I'm picturing them in my head listening to this and just immediately looking like someone farted in their face and just turning it off.
But we thank you for picking up those cards and taking them
especially,
with you and giving us a shot.
Especially the little old lady that stopped by the store today and picked it up.
There was an older lady, yes. And I... she's a very nice lady, and I hope she... Honestly, I hope she never listens to this show. But if she does, maybe she's got the right sort of sense of humor, and she doesn't immediately hate me forever.
Well, here's the thing. Her favorite movie of all time is going to be Moonstruck.
Yeah,
and
probably.
As soon as she gets to any point where you're like, fuck Cher, she's going to be so mad. She's going to come to your shop. You remember I foretold this scenario on a previous episode.
Yes, you did.
Someone is going to come in your shop with a Cher mask on their face and just like lob... like, I don't know, like a potato taco at your face for some reason.
Well, I just don't like Cher. I don't like Cher. I said it. I've said it many times. I don't like Cher.
And I'll say it once more. That's homophobic.
And Captain Shimmy is canceled. It is just Pat and I now.
Again?
Hey, I'm well with it.
As of last week, it was just you and Jonathan. Pat got canceled too.
I don't know. I got canceled for something. What was it again?
I think we've all been canceled by each other at least once on this show. Jonathan's canceled for getting the vaccine. Everybody knows that is how the government's going to track you.
Yes.
I got sent that as a message, several messages from my father, who is an idiot, sent via his iPhone.
Yeah. The actual tracking device?
Yeah. Actually, I got one today.
Or, your social security number or anything that you've ever done ever.
But I did get a notification today that Walmart is selling COVID-19 tests now.
Oh, there you
2
go.
for 1 special.
That's fair. No, the really
you get
ironic...
both at the same time. They just stick 2 syringes in you to go pop, pop.
That's not a joke. That's real. Like, I got a notification about that, and I was just like, my dumb ass at first was like, what, the vaccine? Like, hell no. And it's like, getting the both shots right now. But,
well, it's not really the vaccine. It's just like the great value.
the Quaid version?
It doesn't taste exactly the same, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Like, it protects against most COVID, but it's not as good as the other ones, but it's cheaper.
In some cases, the off-brand tastes better than the on-brand.
I stand by that. That should be an episode we do.
Yeah.
And I think that will happen at some point.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
on the
one of these shows.
one of them.
We'll put it on the fucking wheel. The Cajun Greatness wheel. That's absolutely ours.
That's definitely not the AYCH wheel.
That's right.
No.
The Cajun Greatness wheel, as seen on our TikTok. At Cajun Greatness.
At Cajun Greatness. Only the finest tape was acquired to make this wheel happen.
Yes, the finest in Scotch tape.
But I do think we should talk about our fail-safe plans in the future. Like we said before, Jonathan's out. He's feeling the effects of the vaccine. He was on the acid on that ass kicking.
Right.
And so what we were thinking, we just have a soundboard of like all of our various like bits and
Just catchphrases, yeah.
So therefore, whenever anyone happens to be out, we just hit that button, just like they're always there.
I mean, I don't not like that idea. I'm down
good.
for
It's a
it.
pretty sound idea.
Yeah.
I'm behind that one.
It's a pretty soundboard idea.
Oh! Look at that bit I walked myself into. I didn't even try. I'm so good at this shit. God, podcasting is arch thing.
which is why we will start the Alabama Podcast Festival and give ourselves all the awards.
I mean, sure, why not?
We may as well.
I mean, I was actually looking the other day if there was an Alabama Podcast Festival. Doesn't look like there is, but doesn't mean there won't ever be an Alabama Podcast
I
Festival.
mean, we could always have it at the store. We'll reach out to all the Alabama podcasts and have just the Alabama Podcast Day at the store.
Well, I know of at least one other podcast in town.
Yeah, it'll be all both of us.
Although I don't really know if their content and ours will really mesh.
I mean, yeah.
But the host...
We'll reach out to some podcasts.
The host is very nice.
I heard the host is pretty nice.
We will look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when I was looking for, podcasts in Alabama, it was mostly Crimson Tide Alabama football podcast.
Of course. What?
Or religious podcasts.
Oh, good.
So, I don't know what the alternative
I mean, we fit in both those categories. We've mentioned both of those things, I'm sure.
Yeah, but like...
I mean, Mac has a podcast, doesn't he?
But Mac, our good friend Mac, hello, shout out to Mac. And his podcast, Children of the Watch, which is a podcast dedicated to all live action Star Wars television series. They recently had a rebrand. Be sure to check them out on Twitter and YouTube. They're a great show, and unlike this show, family friendly.
Yes. Anyone listening to that is not going to be offended unless they like or they didn't like The Last Jedi. Then they'll probably get mad. Or they like The Last Jedi. You know what? Star Wars fans just get offended. That's just how they do. So it's fine.
I mean, I think they know those waters pretty well. Very treacherous, choppy.
I mean, how come we are like part of some of like the worst fandoms in the history of fandoms?
Yeah. I mean,
pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I got Star Wars.
Yep.
Fucking
Supernatural.
Yeah, that one's kind of bonkers too.
Yeah, I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah, I can only imagine how deep that weird ass rabbit hole goes.
It's a tough time. Comics.
Yeah, comics.
Yeah,
there are Wikipedia articles about the shitty comic fans,
and there's just the shitty business that happens in comics.
Looking at you, Ethan Van Sciver. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Who?
He was the artist for a lot of Green Lantern stuff and is the leader of Comicsgate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you might have heard about.
Sad to admit, I'm pretty dumb with everything that ended with Gate. I didn't really understand or know
generally
what was
speaking,
going on.
if it ends with Gate, it's probably bad.
Yeah, more than likely, I suppose. Watergate,
Comicsgate,
Gamergate, Pizzagate.
That was
Pizzagate was fake news.
It ended badly, though. A lot of people, that was not good.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, Heaven's Gate wasn't good. Except for Bill Gates.
Hell's Gate.
I've been given my first vaccination shot, and Bill Gates is such a good guy. And Windows Vista wasn't nearly as bad as everybody said it was.
But then isn't he also blocking, the vaccine from other places because he's like keeping patents down?
I have no knowledge of that. I liked Stargate.
I've never seen Stargate.
It wasn't bad. The movie was really good. The show was, the first several seasons were good, but it really got wonky there at the end.
Do you remember when there was a time where they had a Stargate only streaming service?
No.
Where they only showed the movies and the various Stargate TV shows?
I do not remember that.
Guess what? It didn't last. It was soon developed by whatever property owns the Sci-Fi Channel.
Fair enough. I still hate Stargate Atlantis because it gave us Jason Momoa.
Oh, I'm sure he existed before that.
No, I mean, that was like his first major thing.
And look at him now.
I'd rather not.
I'd rather not.
I'd rather not.
Well, going back a bit, you said Supernatural. That made me think of Jensen Ackles. Did you see the other day on Twitter that Jensen started filming for the third season of The Boys?
I knew he was going to be in it, but I didn't know he started filming. I still haven't seen any of The Boys. Haven't started on any of it.
It's a good time.
I want to.
Yeah, you'd like it a lot.
I've read the first at least like 1 or 2 trades. I remember my uncle had them, and I borrowed them from him. And yeah, I've heard good things. I'm ready to check it out.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But I've been watching, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes,
like
everyone should be watching the Falcon Winter Soldier. Also,
Patrick hasn't been watching it.
I'm sorry.
the fuck, Patrick? We could have skipped this random bullshit that no one's going to listen to and watch the episodes.
Well, we still got time. It's only 8:17.
It's a good thing.
It's very true.
You haven't watched it, so now we can bitch about you not watching. No.
Yes, this is more
I
content.
will not be your straw man.
You are canceled, sir.
It's just my show now. It really is straight shooting with cannon. You know what? I hate spiders in the basement. Getting too close to the mic. I hate that shit too, even though I do it all the time. I'm probably doing it right now.
I hate it when everyone else does it but me. When I do it, it's damn sexy.
You know what I hate? Fred Durst filming movies in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, speaking of spiders, did you hear that story about the girl who went to sleep and she woke up with a nest of spiders in her belly button?
No.
What the fuck? No.
Terrifying and...
Trigger warning, sir. Trigger warning.
Yeah, they say, you eat like 4 or 5 spiders over the course of your life.
That's a myth.
And some yeah, actually, it's more spiders.
Yeah, it's more like 8 spiders.
You go to hell.
But no, I saw a story about a girl. She went to sleep and she woke up with like a spider's like egg nest in her belly button, and it hatched, and there's just spiders all over her.
That is disgusting and terrifying. And I've heard stories like that. Like I've heard like nests like growing in people's ears and shit.
I don't
like baby cockroaches crawling in people's ears.
I've heard that.
Stuck in there.
A friend, an old classmate of mine. He went to school to be an archaeologist, and he went to Brazil and for research and study, and he got some bot flies.
Yeah, my old roommate Blake actually had a cockroach in his ear. And when I say Blake, I mean the character from Workaholics, because I'm making that up. That was an episode of Workaholics. It wasn't even Blake. Blake pulled the cockroach out of someone else's ear. Durst, yeah. Workaholics is a funny show. Y'all probably hate it, but I enjoy that show.
I've seen an episode. I thought it was fine.
I've seen some episodes of it.
It's like it can be hit or miss. But I'm shocked it got as long as it did, and I'm glad it did.
They're doing a movie.
Yeah, that's why whenever I want to get my cash in on my free Paramount Plus trial, whenever that shit's available, because it's going straight to Paramount Plus.
No, that's fair.
And I'm surprised they didn't do anything else with Netflix, because I enjoyed their movie they did there, Game Over Man.
Yeah, well, it might not have done too well. So.
Well, speaking of Netflix, I have heard. I listened to a podcast today that said because like HBO has this deal where a lot of movies go straight to them for like the first month of their service to be on streaming, and then in addition to theaters. Apparently, Sony is working a deal where their movies will go to Netflix for the first month for streaming, and then also be in theaters, because apparently they have a deal right now that Morbius will be on Netflix when it comes out 2022, in addition to being in theaters.
Oh, good. Another place I can ignore it.
So I'm sure there'll be other Sony properties that might be worth looking into.
Well, that's weird to me, though, because HBO, last I heard, they're ending that policy this year. Like, this is the last year they're doing it.
Yeah, they're not.
Because they were only doing it for the pandemic, and they're assuming that by 2022 is not going to be an issue.
I think at least what the impression I got from Sony is the Netflix deal is like that's something they want to continue. Like, that way you get revenue from streaming and revenue from the theaters.
I mean, yeah, if Netflix is paying them enough money to do that, then yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they?
Also, going to throw this out here before we stop talking about it. I thought the trailer for Morbius was kind of cool.
I mean, that's the thing is, it looks like really cool. But like we said on the Lord of War episode that came out last week as of this recording, Jared Leto is such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
and I just can't get past it. I can't do it. I hate him.
You know who's not a piece of shit?
Huh.
Jason Momoa.
I mean, you don't know that.
I do know that.
You don't know
We're
that?
best friends.
No, you're not.
I talk to him all the time.
That's incorrect.
I told him how good I thought he was in the Snyder Cut.
None of that's accurate.
Yeah, you don't know me. You don't live my life. You don't know what I'm about, son.
I see
Gator
you.
ain't never been known to play no shit. You don't see me every day.
I was supposed to say, I see you many days.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But all the days you don't know what he's doing, he could be doing anything.
I can't. You want to see my DMs with Jason Momoa?
So
I'm like
okay.
best friends with Aquaman, bitch.
Okay,
No, I'm kidding.
but to say, if you've got Jason Momoa and you haven't gotten him to come to the store for a signing to help your friend and his store,
Yes,
dare
come
you.
to this store, the owner of which hates your fucking guts.
I'll be nice to him for money. I mean, we've said many times the show will whore ourselves out for whatever sponsorship. Like, I will do a lot of stuff for money. I will compliment the shit out of Jason Momoa. I'll even go watch that Conan movie again, even though it was dog shit. And how dare he?
And how dare
he,
sir?
You know, one of the first frontrunners for that one was Jared Padalecki from Supernatural.
To play Conan?
Yeah, apparently.
Huh.
I mean, he's not a small dude. He's a big guy.
He's very tall.
He's tall, but he's not like a Conan built person.
I mean, he could get jacked.
Yeah,
I mean, they had several gratuitous
Shirtless
workout
shots, yeah.
sequences in Supernatural.
He was very
I mean,
cut,
yeah.
but he wasn't like he's not what I would call burly. You need Conan to be burly.
Yeah.
Also, that reminds me. I just lost it. Whatever I was reminded of is gone. It's fucking
I have to
gone.
remind myself that fuck.
No, I got
forgot.
it. I got it. You remember Cole the Conqueror?
Yes, with Kevin Sorbo.
That shitty Kevin
Yes.
Sorbo movie.
I've seen that.
That
movie.
was originally going to be the third Conan movie. But they couldn't get Schwarzenegger back for it, so they got Sorbo and renamed it Cole.
nice.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Have you ever seen that movie, Pat?
Is that the movie with like the 5-pronged blade thing?
No, that's Kroll.
Kroll?
Yeah.
I mean,
know what
it
the
sounded
fuck that
familiar.
Yeah, well, it's the 5-prong blade. That's from the 80s. This is 9. Yeah, you're thinking of Kroll.
Kroll.
See, Kroll.
Oh, okay.
We're saying Cole the Conqueror.
Cole the Conqueror.
Yeah, this is Cole.
I've never seen that.
I just got a text message from Jason Momoa.
Did you?
Yeah, it says, "Hey, bro, it's Jason Momoa. What's up?"
So your best friend introduces himself every time he texts you.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
I mean, look, if we know Jason Momoa, he seems like the type of guy who would say who it was in a text message.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just you texting Cannon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I'm-
that's not
I'm
a thing.
watching
I'm gonna
you-
reply, "Hey, bro, just
watching
talking
you
about
do
you,
it."
just talking about you on a podcast."
I can see you texting each
No,
other.
he's not. He's on Wikipedia looking up facts about Drive Angry to prepare for when we talk
he's
about
not.
Drive
He's
Angry.
typing.
No, he's in the search bar.
That is so much for a search bar.
The director's name is long.
No, it's not.
It
Your
probably
phone just
is.
dinged.
No, it did. My phone's on silent. It can't ding.
Then why are you looking at it?
Because I got a Wikipedia notification
and
about the fanatic for some reason.
yeah, it has Google Text Alert, or he's watching Cinema Sins, although he probably shouldn't because that's a dog ass show.
Oh man, I used to watch the shit out of
Cinema
Cinema
Sins has
Sins.
poisoned media consumption and media literacy in a generation of people.
Oh yeah,
I actually haven't seen any of Cinema Sins.
Keep
you've
it that
never
way.
seen Cinema Sins?
Yeah, I've never seen Cinema Sins.
I used to really enjoy it until the joke got really stale, and then of course I stopped watching. Fun fact, he wrote a book. I own the book. I haven't read it yet.
What is Cinema Sins?
It's I know it's probably bigger now. It started off with like 2 guys, and he's basically tallying up all the sins in these movies. They can be like real fuck ups, a nitpicky shit that he's doing, or just a flat out joke. And
So
he's like got millions of subscribers on YouTube now because of it. Like I think
so do the Paul brothers. That doesn't mean shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, like it's a popular show that we are aware of it, except for you.
Yeah, no, I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, but
that sounds awful though. It sounds stupid.
because it started to be like people just riffing, but then like the joke just kind of escalated, and now like people think that if a story doesn't like spoon feed you like every sort of morsel about plot and lore in a movie, then it's bad. Or like a movie having like media tropes or literary tropes is like bad. Tropes aren't bad. They're just like they're storytelling tools, and the fact that they exist in a property doesn't mean it's cliche. 'Cause cliche and tropes are two different things.
Jason, your phone's dinging.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. He said
that was my Google text alert.
he wants to know if he could be on the podcast. So
No.
I said sure, but
Nope.
there's one requirement. Do you have your Conan the Barbarian costume from the movie?
Yeah, you guys are hilarious.
We are pretty funny. Jason Momoa is funnier than us, though. He'd be a hoot on the show
I mean,
because we're friends. I know him. He's talking to me right now.
Yeah. I mean, I can do a Jason Momoa impression. I'm Jason Momoa. I like to throw axes and drink beer. I can't act for shit, but people keep hiring me because I'm pretty.
That's not how he sounds. I'm pretty sure he's not Southern.
No, but he may as well be.
And like also maybe it might just because I'm built different, but I just think getting all butthurt over acting it's just a sucker's game.
Well, I mean,
Acting is the least important part of a movie.
You know what? That should be an episode. I should.
the fuck did you just say to me? Has this turned into the piss off shimmy episode?
It can be.
I mean,
why not?
We've already
Straight shoot with cannon.
We've already gotten there.
Man, that should be an episode. I finally read his book, The Ables, and then like talk about it and review it.
May as well. We all read it and then talk shit.
Yeah, I'll just like pass it around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I stopped reading it. Like, I don't know. Life just happens, and I just didn't.
Well, I told you to do something else.
Yeah.
That's like do
If
something.
a book
better.
doesn't grab me at a certain point, I just give up.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's very fair. Did you guys see that Jake Paul fight?
No, I keep hearing like that it was like possibly rigged or something.
There's no way in hell that was legit. I saw the gif of that final punch, and no, like
The what?
the gif,
The peanut butter?
yeah, the gif of the final punch.
Oh, the GIF. Okay,
Yeah, the gif.
got
That's
it.
what I said.
Yeah, the GIF.
The gif of the final punch.
I don't understand your
GIF
accent,
of the
Jim.
final
It's a GIF.
punch. Anyway,
And
yes.
Ben Askren was the MMA fighter, and like even Jericho tweeted out that this is bullshit. He clearly took a dive because they interviewed him after the fact. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it, couldn't get it done." And that's not the face of someone who just got beat the fuck up by a YouTuber, who is also an asshole. That was the face of somebody who got paid to take a dive. And this has irritated me.
I'm trying to imagine what sort of like butterfly effect allowed a piece of shit YouTuber who allegedly abused his girlfriend and just an annoying cocksucker to like escalate in the world of combat spectacle.
He keeps fighting people who aren't boxers, but then screams that he should be taken seriously as a boxer.
Okay,
He's never fought a boxer.
Here's what we're going to do. Since technically I'm on YouTube, I'm going to become like the butterbean of YouTube. I'm going to go out there, take my shirt off, get my fucking camo cargo shorts on, put on some gloves,
Yeah.
and beat this motherfucker's ass.
I'm
coming for you. Was it Jake or Logan?
Yeah, I think it's
fucking
Jake, yeah.
Jake from State Farm, Logan. I'm coming for it. Paul, whatever. I don't fucking know.
And plus, there was like a really weird video of apparently one Logan or Jake like trying to do like big ups to my security guard. He died today, R.I.P. And in the background, there is an inexplicable giant robot character dancing as one of those dipshits are trying to do like, pour one out for my homie.
Like, did he die in the line of fucking duty or something? Like,
I don't know. He had a security guy who died, and apparently he's trying to pay respect. But there's just like weird robot mascot thing dancing in the ring while right next to him while he's doing this eulogy.
Jesus Christ.
And
No,
also,
Jake
I'm just
Paul.
fucking pissed that he
Worse.
walked out with Sammy at WrestleMania. God damn it! I don't want my favorite wrestler associated with that shithead.
Yeah, I did see that. Like, I guess he did some sort of interview somewhere where he talked about how much mad respect he has for pro wrestlers now, just because he got a stunner from Kevin Owens, I presume.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it either. I just
He got
heard what happened through the several wrestling related things that I follow on social media.
And the thing is, we don't need his ilk in like celebrity wrestling. We had Bad Bunny, who had top 3 wrestling matches in WWE. We don't need this just also ran just slug a bed.
We had Shaq, who had a really good match.
Yeah.
What did Dave Meltzer give Bad Bunny's match?
I forget.
I don't know.
He was complimentary, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Side note. I finally buckled down and bought a Switch. A Switch Lite, but it's a Switch nonetheless.
Sure. So you
And-
bought a light switch.
Yes, a light Switch. Yes.
I'm hilarious.
You can hear the laughter.
I'm sorry, your buddy Jason Momoa thought it was funny. Fucker.
No, he didn't. In fact, he says, wow.
Do you need to wait for Pat
that
to
joke
finish
sucks.
texting?
No, he's done texting. Of course, he can take his shirt off on the podcast. Yeah. All right, so it's settled.
Yep.
We're going to get shirtless Jason Momoa. Anyway,
No, we're not.
there's this game
No,
called
that's happening.
Retro Mania Wrestling on the Switch, and
Yeah.
it's essentially the spiritual successor to WWF WrestleFest. I never played WrestleFest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing this one, and now that I've finally got the bells and whistles and everything figured out, I'm having a blast with it. It's actually super, super fun.
I want to get it because I love that old WWF game, and there's a chance that Gentleman Jervis, is going to be one of the DLCs for the Retromania.
That would be great.
Because he was in the final voting, if I remember correctly. For those of you who don't know, Gentleman Jervis is one of my favorite wrestlers. I love that man to death.
Yes.
I want to be friends with him one day. He wouldn't pretend to be Jason Momoa just to troll me.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
No? Aren't y'all already friends? Oh, like Twitter buds?
Yeah, we're like
y'all
Twitter
talk
buds.
a lot
Yeah,
on
he's a
the
good dude.
Twitter twatters.
Yeah, I like Jervis. He's a good guy. Anyway, I wanted to get a Switch last year when lockdown started, but apparently so did everybody fucking else because they were like $700.
Yeah.
So I just bought some games on the PlayStation sale.
Yeah, it turns out people were trying to scout the Switch, just like some people were trying to scout something else that came out today, didn't they, Shim?
Oh, interesting story time.
Well, you want to tell that little story while we're on 420? Johnny plays it 4 slag, whatever.
Yeah. I will say, if you don't mind it being a Switch, Target has plenty.
Yeah.
I mean, a light.
I mean, I've thought about it. I may get one. We'll see.
Like, if I always figured if I want to play something on a console, I'll just play it on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
This, so far, I've actually been having fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, I may. I'd hope to get a PlayStation 5 by now.
Yeah, did we fucking all?
Yeah. It's easier to get a COVID vaccine than it is a PlayStation 5. In
Well,
the year
I
2021.
would hope so.
I just want my PlayStation.
This
man.
$500 has been burning a hole in my pocket for so long,
Right?
Patrick.
I have good credit.
But for everything
Credit
I'm
cards.
hearing, there's a lot of problems with it. Let me get the freshly ironed out PlayStation 5, the one that will actually work and do what I spent $500 on it to do.
PlayStation 5.1.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually how that goes. That first run of
Yeah,
consoles.
the red box PS5. That's what I want. Yes.
Once it's slimmer, because they have the technology now, but they're just going to wait.
That is huge. Like I said, on Twitter the other day, when I saw that one for the first time in the wild in the glass case, it's ginormous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fucking air purifier. It's huge.
Emilio has one.
It's like the world. Yeah, I saw that.
Emilio.
The world's. Yeah, so he posted a picture of a copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know he had a PS5.
He won it in a Facebook raffle group for like $10.
The game?
No, the fucking PlayStation.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Emilio, I love you, but I fucking hate you, man.
That's the second
how do
time he's won one.
Wait, he's won two PS5s?
He took the cash prize instead of the PlayStation that first time.
You know what? I take it back, Emilio. I don't hate you. I just want to rub that beautiful bald head of yours, just give me like 10% of that luck aura that you just got floating around that noggin of yours. Oh man, I'll even smooch that shining head. Just Just I kissed the mic there. Hey, Emilio, put your head on the phone. There you go.
I'll be sure to let him know to listen to this random bullshit.
Even though I hate Soldier Boy, I just kissed Emilio through the phone. His head through the phone. Did it again. I've kissed this mic 3 times.
Yes.
Make a wish.
So today was the release of the Batman Fortnite crossover comic.
Yeah, I still have questions, but I'm gonna read it eventually. I'll figure it out.
No, I had like 30 copies in the store, and I had so many phone calls from preteens and middle-aged moms, people just looking for that book. And first thing, dude comes in, grabs the whole stack and tries to buy them because he's a shit stain. So I tell him to get out, and I take the books and I put them behind the counter, put a little sign on the wall that says, if you want one of these books, come to the counter. They're one per customer. Brr.
I would have to say it takes a lot of chutzpah to like go to your local comic store, just like grab you just a fistful of just a whole stack off the wall. It's like, I will purchase all of these.
You know, some of these comic speculators, you know, like everyone who's in comics for even a sliver of the collectability factor will speculate on occasion. But there's some of these asshats who don't even read the fucking books.
Yeah,
they treat it like a business. I'm gonna get 40 of these at $5 a piece, and I'm gonna sell them all for $30 a piece. And you know that's not how we do it. Like, fuck you. We want people to read the books. You know, so some people just shitty.
And the thing is, this isn't just like, I found a little crossover comic. It's like there is a code in the book that gives you an exclusive skin that can only get from the book in Fortnite.
And like the book came pre-polybagged, and then I bagged them myself just in case. And I thought that would be enough. And I had a little sticker on the front when this son of a bitch came in that said 1 per customer, no exceptions. And he still grabbed the whole fucking stack. Like a bitch.
It's like, why are you grabbing books? You obviously can't read, shithead.
If I knew his name, I'd call him out right now.
Flander McFuckface.
We're
come on down.
Doxing people on the podcast.
Scalper McShithead. That's his.
We'll have to bleep his name.
Oh man, so many beeps and boops.
We don't beep and boop here.
I wish we did.
We lower
sometimes
the
a good
volume.
beep or a boop is better than just hearing the fuck word. I'll say it. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, you're not wrong. I thought about doing that for the next Rob's review.
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, wait. The Rob's review will be out before this episode, correct? No, this is coming out this weekend, right?
Yeah, Rob's review will be out Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Today's Tuesday.
Whenever this episode happens to fall.
Yeah, this one may be tomorrow, and it might be like Monday.
Might be Tuesday.
Because I get my second shot on Thursday. So I might be incoherent and unconscious.
I think it's kind of awesome that like our group is getting it pretty much in the same like time cluster.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting mine Friday. And thank Christ I have the weekend off.
Because we talked about maybe moving this to a week from today, which would be the next Tuesday, but that's when I'm getting my second shot. So right. I don't know what's going to happen to me, because as it turns out, Colt on the AYCH show, he is the only person we know within our like general age bracket who has felt no negative effects from the secondary vaccine.
It's because Colt's not human.
I mean,
he's built different.
He's built different. And then he crushes an egg between his biceps.
Oh, I mean, how did you react to your first shot, Pat?
I didn't have any issue. I just got just a little prick when it happened. It was a little tiny prick the rest of the day, and I didn't have any issue with it.
Oh man, can we talk? We're talking about our little pricks. Yeah. Yay! We're going around the table talking about our little pricks.
Look, I have several ex-girlfriends who are going to turn off the show right now. How did you react to your shot, Cannon? Did you have like a fever or something? Chills? Were they multiplying?
No. Didn't feel like I needed to shape up because I needed a man. My heart was definitely set on you, though. Oh. No, like I didn't even feel the shot at all. My arm started to get pretty sore. Like you said, felt similar to getting like Charlie horse or someone just hitting you really hard in the arm.
'Cause that's how I felt. I felt like I got Charlie horse for an hour and I was fine.
And the next day, like, was about the peak of the arm hurting, but strangely enough, throughout the day, by the end of the day, nothing. Didn't feel any pain in my arm. Around that morning, I felt a little queasy at some point. It lasted maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. It wasn't long at all. And then, strangely enough, throughout the rest of the day, like inside somehow actually felt good.
Huh.
I don't know what this feeling is, but I kind of dig it.
It's like, his vaccine made him feel better.
That's the feeling of
I got
hope.
I got the sativa version.
It's the feeling of hope and seeing a light at the end of a tunnel.
Oh man,
Long, dark.
beer number 3.
But yeah, no, like you said, I felt like I got Charlie horse for about an hour and a half as soon as I got shot. And then I was fine. And I felt pretty good the rest of that day.
But the consensus we're getting about the second one is we're going to die on this one.
I think John has it probably the worst of anybody that I know personally in the group. I think because like Tanner and Cody and Wenzel, they all kind of got a little feverish, a little sickly, but not like John just feels he's like out. Like they're sick.
Didn't Mac say like he kind of had a rough go?
Yeah, Mac said he had a rough time.
With the first one or just
the second one?
Okay, I didn't see his response earlier.
Yeah. No, I'm just planning on feeling like shit. I'm gonna get a dry erase board and put a little message because I'm getting my shot Thursday morning 9:00, going straight to the shop because I live in a hellscape. So I'm gonna put just a dry erase message on the board. Please excuse me for being unconscious. Just leave the money. Honor system enforced. But hopefully, I mean, I'd love to be one of the ones that feel fine. That'd be really ideal.
That would be nice. I'll also take the break from work though because it has been banana sandwich there the past like 2 months. It's been ridiculous.
Just nonstop parent weekends.
Like, why do you need so many fucking straight shooting with cannon? You want to know what pisses me off? Like how this town decides to have parents' weekends all the time. Every Saturday, the parents have to check up on their kids. And you can give me the excuse, well, we have to do them in like clusters or like different groups because we can't have them come all at once because of COVID. I was like, yeah, that's fine. But it's just ridiculous. There's nowhere to park. I can't even get to work.
Because apparently parents' weekend is like...
I'm going to get legit pissed if I keep going on.
It's like parents' weekend apparently works in this town. It's like, if your child's last name starts with A through C, you come this weekend, and it's just broken down like that.
You know, I'm going to have to make a theme song for Straight Shooting with Cannon now.
I mean, it's fine. I'm down for it.
You plug it in just real quick and just like zip, just like 5 seconds.
Here's what gets me is I listen to. I mentioned it before.
It's just a cannon fire. Boom.
Straight Shooting with Cannon.
You have that shit turned way up. Like people be driving a car thinking like a goddamn pirate ship is attacking. It'd be like those ads on the radio that play like police sirens. Those shit hits.
I listen to a lot of the Conrad Thompson podcast family shows. And here recently, it's been like within the past couple of months, the theme song for Grillin' with JR is now it's just legit the music of Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine with like audio bites from the show interspliced in. It's like Grillin' JR, son of a bitch, man, fuck you kidding me? It's a sheep, brother, and all that shit. I was just like, how did you get away with that? Like, do you have a deal with Rage Against the Machine? I don't know how that works.
It's like how WCW used to use sound-alikes for their entrance theme.
No, but those are sound-alikes. They tweaked them. This is legit the song.
Well, it's two things. It's the podcast world and the long arm of copyright law just does not apply because there's a podcast I listen to. They put a different like licensed song in their intro and outro every week, but then they only have like 400 followers. So like, who's going to be cracking down on them? or also they could be playing by AAA rules, and they just played like a straight up fucking song, because apparently copyright laws do not extend to Mexican wrestling feds. Because you have LA Park just coming out the Thriller straight up through her blasting.
And yet here on Caging Greatness, we wanted to make sure that nothing was untoward. So instead of just Nick Cage quotes, we all said our favorite ones and worked that into the theme song. So that way, all of you, our 4 listeners, know that we are on the right side of the law.
We're about 5 or 6 by now. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah, and actually, no, we're getting like 40-something listens per episode.
Speaking of Conrad Thompson, it's just past the 3-year anniversary when we met Mick Foley, and I also met Conrad Thompson.
Oh yeah, that's true. You did meet Conrad, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Mick. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
I want to meet Mick again.
He's a good guy with good politics.
Yep. In fact, the pop that he signed is right over here, watching over us as we speak.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's always refreshing to see a wrestler with good politics, because God only knows they're in short supply.
Oh man.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Oh, Mick, we love you. We love you so much.
I think that I might actually title this episode "Straight Shootin' with Cannon" and just make a theme song for that.
That's just Straight Shooting with Cannon.
Yeah.
Or like have the big long bullshit title, like
As the subtitle.
it's just like those old exploitation movies, like blah blah blah, aka blah, aka blah. Also, you know,
Straight Shootin' with Cannon.
like straight shoot-
Random bullshit. Hashtag YOLO swag 420 Johnny Blaze it. Or Caging Greatness. Straight Shootin' with Cannon.
yeah. Instead of like a Nick Cage photo cropped in flames, it's just that meme of Cannon we have in our group chat.
It's like, you want to know? Oh, just my little like mid scream thing. I have to
Make
like
sure you
keep.
send me that. So
I have
have
to.
it.
I have
That's
to.
going to be it.
I have to keep saving that picture because I hate having to like keep scrolling for like years worth of bullshit just to find it.
Yeah.
It's like Straight Shooting with Cannon. You know what pisses me off? When people get mad at Mick Foley for supporting Black Lives Matter.
So yeah, this is going to be the Caging Greatness Straight Shootin' with Cannon.
Straight Shooting with Cannon.
Hashtag 420 YOLO swag blaze it.
Insert Rage Against the Machine song here. Grillin' JR.
Careful with that. We might get a copyright strike because you
By
sound
who?
so much like the original Rage
By
song.
who? Like No. Now, if I started humming Smoke on the Water, that's when we'll have trouble. You know what?
fair.
Let's try to beat the system, shall we? No.
No. Actually, at this point, apparently, any like trying to do WAP
Try me,
is gonna get you fucked up. Because that one guy I like who does the mashups, DJ Cummerbund,
Yeah.
he had a mix-up or a mashup of WAP and something else, and it lasted like 4 hours before that shit was just gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a shame. It was really good.
DJ Cummerbund has been sort of a reoccurring, I guess, artist at work. Because we like, occasionally somebody will hook up to the Bluetooth speaker and just play something randomly. And I'm always a fan of a good mashup. And DJ Cummerbund knows how to supply a good mashup. Ask Pat. Pat will be the first to tell you how great DJ Cummerbund's mashups are. Never forget when I actually tweeted him. I was like, I just want you to know that the words to your beautiful song, Pants Feet, are being shouted throughout my house. And he replied, he was like, this makes me so happy.
No, I love it. Like, do you follow him on Facebook?
No, I need to.
He makes a habit of anytime someone, like lately, it was people keep sending him requests and ideas. And he's like, well, thanks, but I don't do requests, but I appreciate you listening to my music. But being cool about it.
Yeah.
And they'll always come right back at him like, hey, you're a piece of shit. How dare you? And he'll post it because, they're being assholes. So fuck them.
I was like, he doesn't take requests. He doesn't have to do what you say, and that doesn't make him a piece of shit for not doing. He don't know you a goddamn thing.
So he'll post it, and then people get pissy in the comments. And then I saw a couple weeks ago he did one like someone sent him a request, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't take requests or ideas, but thanks so much for listening." And they're like, "Oh no, it's cool. I just don't even know if it would work, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Love your stuff." And He's like, this is how you do it. I appreciate this guy. And someone in the comments was immediately like, well, you're still a piece of shit because you don't take requests. Hey, man, fuck you. And he'll respond to these assholes like, hey, you're an idiot. And just tear him up. And it's hilarious. Check him out on the Facebook.
I need to do that. I forgot what was the one? Oh, it was Third Eye Blind. It was a Semi-Charmed Kind of Life mixed with
Third Eye Blind with
was it Chumbawamba?
No. It's Sign.
Yeah.
And I have the song on my Ace of Base.
Ace of Base.
And then DMX.
Yes. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, man.
But it's so good.
Yeah, it has no right to be that good, and I've been listening to it even more lately just because of DMX's passing.
I love the Basket Flies, the Green Day plus Owl City.
You know, I actually think I have not.
That's a really good. I remember
it's
listening to that
Basket
one.
Case plus Fireflies.
Top
it's really good.
3 favorite DJ Comer Bun mashups, and go.
Basket Flies, Sign, and probably the one he did of Michael Jackson's Black or White with Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car, and Sum 41. But also, no, take it back. That's my number 4. My number 3 is absolutely the Lionel Richie Commodores and Kiss mashup, where it's Rock and Roll All Night mixed with Easy Like Sunday Morning. I love that one.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Pat? Pants Feet 3 times?
Yeah, pants. It's the only one I know by name. Sorry.
No, you know Freckle Feet as well.
Oh yeah, that and Basket Flies.
Yeah.
I do know that one. So there you go. Pants Feet, Freckle Feet, and Basket Flies.
The bad thing is I don't know their exact titles.
Yeah.
But shit.
Because we have like a short list of videos that we just throw up at the house.
Yeah.
Pants, Feet, and Freckle Feet are one. Flamingos from Mark Mobile.
Oh man, we got to talk about that here shortly.
Like, give your list.
But in no particular order, I fucking love Blurry in the USA, the Puddle of Mud Miley Cyrus mashup, and it looks like he has updated that since.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to clips of things of the times,
Huh.
And it
check that one out.
kind of makes it a little darker watch.
Yeah.
The video, at least.
I haven't seen that
But
in a while.
also, what was it? I saw the Semi-Charmed Kind of Life,
Yeah.
whatever.
Sign. Yeah.
Sign. And the other one would probably be, because God, it works so goddamn well together. That Disturbed Stevie Wonder mashup. Like their cover of Land of Confusion with Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
It's good times. But, you know, we always throw up random videos at our house. As Pat mentioned, Mark Riboulet is thrown up all the time. And I have to tell this story here. I can't believe, and this is Straight Shootin', also / Conrad Thompson Memorial Podcast.
But he's not dead.
I know he's not dead. I meant like, you know, tribute podcast.
We're coming for your neck, Conrad.
We're coming for you, Conrad. No, we love you, Conrad. I love you, Conrad.
I think you're all right.
Straight shit with Pat. Fuck off.
But
Hedging your bets with Justin. I think you're all right.
I had never heard of Mark Riboulet until an episode of What Happened When with Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Really?
Yes. He's like, Tony, did you see the video link I sent you? You need to check the clip right now. And he played a little bit of the audio on there. Like, the Flamingo song, the one that started it all for me. It's like, sorry. Like, yo, I'm hopping all around. I'm a pink bird. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I found the video and watched it, and then just like, that's where it all started. I was like, this is great and insane, and I love everything about this.
Eyeball child, bitch.
Eyeball child, bitch.
Give me your grandma.
Give me her vagina.
Give me your grandma's vagina.
But, and oh man, it's good to say this. It looks like our first concert back in a COVID era is going to be at Avondale Brewing Company to see Mark Riboulet live in concert. I'm so fucking pumped.
In October.
In October, yes. We still have a while for this.
We're
one.
halfway there.
Oh,
halfway there.
living
Halfway
on
there.
a prayer.
Whoa, lizard in a chair.
Whoa, there's some pubic hair.
I don't like Bon Jovi.
I know you don't like Bon Jovi.
On the steel horse I ride.
Look, I will be vague and non-committal about many, many things. Again, that's why the
You're a
joke
coward.
that's why it's straight shooting with
That's why you're
cannon.
past.
Straight shooting with cannon. I spent 28
My version,
years.
hedging your bets with Justin. But when it comes to music, I will absolutely say something shitty to me. I don't kid around with that. I hate Bon Jovi.
Somebody said I've ever known. Jonathan, okay. Jonathan opened up a door that's been locked in my brain
Oh no!
for a millennia now. And it's this goddamn Bon Jovi song. It's like, who says you can't go home? So whatever the fuck.
It's
And
not-
I'm like, oh no.
It's not a good song.
Like, that is the worst thing ever.
My mom used to love that song.
A lot of old people really used to love that song.
Yep. My mom, I loved her to death. She had terrible taste in music. She's the reason I hate Joan Jett.
Oh, yeah?
That song, I Love Rock and Roll, can't do it.
Could have sworn it was because of Ronda Rousey.
No. I hated Joan Jett before that.
You hated it before it was cool.
Yeah, I was a hipster. And like, she seems like a nice enough lady. People love her music. That's great. I can't deal with it because my mom loved that song and just played it to death and then sang along. And my mom couldn't sing for shit. And she danced along. My mom couldn't dance for shit. Like, she was not good at it. And she did that from the time I was born until the time she died. And I hate that song. To this day, I can't listen to the more than 5 seconds before I get genuinely angry. I just hate it that much.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
My mom listened to the Cher CD all the time. And that's a shoot. Straight shoot with cannon.
I'm about to shoot back, boy.
I don't like Cher.
Oh, man.
Or Bon Jovi. Or Joan Jett. Or Jason Momoa. Not really hedging a lot of bets this time.
Speaking of artists that are shitheads, I wonder if Aaron Lewis, who is recently going to have a reunion virtual concert with his boys with Stained, I wonder if there's going to be any point during this all virtual concert where there's going to be no fans in attendance, where he tells the fans that aren't in attendance to stop talking while all the members of the band of this virtual concert unplug so they can do an acoustic version of a song, so all the fans that are not there can hear the song for this virtual concert, because Aaron Lewis is a fucking asshole.
But that feels like a really specific gripe.
All
that you
right,
have.
this was
I'm glad you said Stained, though, because I have no idea. Like you said, Aaron Lewis. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
he's
have
the
no
lead
idea.
singer of
Should I know
Stained.
this
Got
person?
nothing.
No, this was around when we were on lockdown for the most part. I don't know, it may have been a little before, when concerts and shit were still going on. But Aaron Lewis was doing his solo country bullshit shenanigans, and apparently his final song, I guess it was titled "Thank You." I don't know, but the gimmick was he wanted everyone in the crowd, the people that paid their hard-earned money, to be there to see him perform live and hear him perform live, while he unplugs his acoustic electric guitar and doesn't use the microphone so the entire venue can hear him perform the song. Gee, I wonder how everyone in the venue could hear him play this song. Put up your shit and quit being a pretentious asshole. Oh my God, I can't believe I used to listen to you back in the day. Such a douche nozzle. Straight shooting with cannon. Aaron Lewis fucking sucks.
That actually reminds me of a video I saw of it was a band called Saves the Day. I loved the band Saves the Day. They were really good. Their song Freakish is still fantastic. It's one of my favorite songs. And their lead singer did the same thing in a crowd. This was 10 years ago, in the early days of YouTube. But it's because all the sound shit just crapped out on him. He had nothing.
Yeah.
So he just walked out into the crowd, stood on the guardrail and with his guitar and sang the song. And the crowd sung along with him. It was really cool. And I just wanted to tell that nice story about a band I like.
See, I'm glad there was an instance where that scenario worked.
Yeah.
But the couple of videos that I saw, it happened There were two instances where I saw this happen. There was one instance where he was like getting so angry that he decided to get on the microphone, so everyone could hear him, to yell and curse at them. It's like, if y'all don't shut the fuck up and let me play this song as a thank you for y'all, I'm gonna fucking leave the stage. Blah blah blah. And then he like starts strumming some more chords, off mic, while no one can hear him. He goes, it's ironic that this song's called fucking Thank You, but you won't shut the fuck up so you won't hear the song. It just really rustles my jimmies, and it's stupid. There was another instance where he did that and the people wouldn't stop talking. Also, it was a predominantly Spanish-speaking audience, so the odds are there's a lot of people there who didn't know what the fuck he was saying in the first place. So both instances he walked away being a dick. One of which just like threw a water bottle into the crowd and like threw his guitar down like a baby back bitch, butternut bitch, and ran off the stage.
Yeah, he sounds.
And you know what? You know who we can thank for giving him a career? Fred Durst.
Bringing it full circle.
I'm just saying, it's a fact.
Fuck you, Fred Durst. Fuck you.
So, all right, what artist pissed you off, Pat?
I'm trying to think if I have any ongoing beefs with musical recording artists.
Straight shooting with Pat.
It's
As the Undisputed Era.
pissed off and mad about it.
Have the remnants of Undisputed Era blocked you yet?
No.
Oh, good.
Well, why would Undisputed Era block?
Wait, what was the gimmick? Like, some people were like trying to get make your tweet seen by somebody in wrestling to get blocked by them or whatever. We talked about it on a show.
Undisputed.
It may not have been Undisputed. There was somebody in NXT, I believe. Or was it AEW?
It was SCU.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
stupid.
good, yeah.
Yeah. Did you? Sorry. Did you get blocked by SCU?
Let me check.
Oh, no, it might have happened.
Because I made a tweet a while back as SCU were in the audience of AEW, and I said they had mad stepdad energy because they're dressed very plainly and they look like fathers.
Pat sent me the Cannon meme picture.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be the logo for this episode.
Straight shooting with Cannon. Here's my blurry face.
Straight shooting with Cannon.
Blur in the USA. Good mashup by DJ Cumberbund. You should give that shit a listen. Not sponsored by DJ Cumberbund.
But I mean, if he wanted to hang out with, he throws Macho Man and all his songs.
Let's get him on a Discord interview podcast situation. I would love to talk with DJ Cumberbund.
Oh, that'd be great.
Do you think he would chat with us? Do you think he would give us the time of day?
Probably not, but I mean,
well, considering how big he is, I'm sure he gets lots of people asking to come on their various thing, and I'm sure if he doesn't take requests, I doubt he would take requests to be on people's.
Yeah, I don't think he would big league us. I just think that a caging or Nick Cage podcast with 5 listeners is not really going to be enticing offer for a lot of people.
Well, it's a weird thing because.
And also, by the way, I'm not blocked by Christopher Daniels or Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, maybe they agree with you.
What about Scorpio Sky? Wasn't in the audience because he's doing his own thing.
Well, now he's with Ethan Page.
Yeah. All ego, Ethan Page.
All ego, Ethan Page, everything.
That's right. Watch AEW Wednesday nights on TNT.
Whoop, whoop. That's usually when we record, but that's not Wednesday. Today's a Tuesday, my dudes.
Yeah. Well, we record Wednesday after the show. We watch wrestling, and then we record.
Because our normal routine here, we're going to take you behind the curtain a little bit here. Normally here, at least here lately, we usually watch the movie in question on a Tuesday.
Yep.
And then we, take the night to marinate on it. The next day we watch AEW Dynamite, and then we go to Straight Shooting with Cannon downstairs and start.
You mean Cajun Greatness?
We start Straight Shooting with Cannon.
We're not
featuring
renaming
Cajun
the podcast
Greatness.
to this.
I don't know.
Fuck you.
I don't know. I might have to take this one over. I may have something here.
We already have spin-offs.
Yeah. Someone please tag Aaron Lewis. Straight Shooting with Cannon. Fuck you, Aaron Lewis.
You had your feud last year with my brain has left me. What was the shitty band you were fusing with last year?
Trapped?
Trap.
I wasn't feuding with anyone. I was just like keeping up to date with the fucking meltdown.
Yeah.
See, the funny thing, all the pictures that all the like screenshots that I shared from Twitter and put on Facebook are now popping up in my, this happened 1 year ago. And I'm just like, it still baffles my brain that it's been like a year since COVID just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And but no, I was just keeping up with it. I even directly tweeted Trap during their not Trap. It's Chris Taylor Brown, the douchebag fucking lead singer. I directly tweeted him back and was just like, called him out on his bullshit, and he was replying to everyone. Yeah. He was literally just coming at everybody. He wasn't headstrong enough to take me on though, so
So he won't take on anyone?
Apparently not. No, he's a bitch who dookies his pants on stage, allegedly.
I mean, you do have a feud with Baron Corbin, though.
I did, yes. An actual feud. I think my Twitter description still says, like, hated by Baron Corbin or some shit like that.
That's fair.
Wow, I need to update it because I love you, Steven Larson, of the Going in Raw podcast. These guys kind of got me passionate about wrestling again. Unfortunately, I don't listen to their show that much anymore because they're very WWE based, and I just don't watch WWE anymore.
Yep.
But my description on Twitter is endorsed by the Going in Raw podcast because I used to do things called Raw Rants, and Steve here would actually throw me a bone and like give me shout outs on Twitter while I was doing those back on YouTube before I got demonetized.
Well, you know what? You should leave that on there and then reach out to him about straight shooting with Cannon.
I mean, you can
Get him to shout.
I've been winking and nudging his ass to have an AEW correspondent for the Going in Raw YouTube channel. And I'm like, hey, man, you want somebody to just do like quick reviews about Dynamite? I'm your guy. Just throw me on there. Mm-hmm. But to finish my description, endorsed by the Going in Raw podcast and hated by WWE's Baron Corbin. I make YouTube videos and tweet sometimes. Friendo, then now forever. Yeah, I really need to update this. But, yes, whenever I would make my Raw reviews on YouTube, I would take a screenshot of said video and put it to Instagram, use a bunch of hashtags to get the, playing the social game and whatnot. And I guess I did not directly tag Baron Corbin in this post, but I guess Baron Corbin was out vanity searching one night while he was on the road again, being terrible, losing his hair. I mean, kudos for you finally shaving your fucking hair, because that swamp grass looking skullet you had, looking like Devin Townsend back when he was in Strapping Young Lad.
It's kind of like when Cesaro was losing his hair, but it was still long. It was hanging by a thread.
Or Shawn Michaels.
No. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. But I don't have the comment in front of me. I don't have it word for word. But Baron Corbin did get in my fucking comments on my Instagram. Said something along the lines of, "It's like cute. You have a YouTube channel where you talk shit about everything. I hope your video stays at 12 views or whatever." And I was just like, I thought about two things. I was just like, wait a minute, Baron Corbin watched my video. He didn't watch my fucking video. And two, it's like, wow, you really went digging deep into the Instagram sphere to find my little fucking neck of the woods, didn't you?
Big Banter Corbin at it again.
Big Breakfast Corbin.
Sad Tony Corbin.
And word around the campfire is I was right all along. He still sucks.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched WWE since 2018.
I just keep hearing that he sucks.
No, that's fair.
And it's weird because, again, with Going in Raw podcast, the one and only shirt that I've bought from them was it's a parody shirt of Baron Corbin. It has a wolf on it, and the shirt just says, "Hey, you're not me." You see, if the shirt actually talked, that's how it would sound. Like a derpy version of Baron Corbin. Straight shooting with Cannon. Fuck Aaron Lewis and Baron Corbin. Yeah.
It's like three cannon blasted rope.
Oh, man.
Watch this shit be our highest listened to. All the ratings. Everyone's going to love this shit. They don't care about our Nick Cage.
Well, I guess we're going to have to keep up with the time, because we don't want it to crash in the middle of us talking.
No, it's probably about time to wrap it up. We're at an hour 20.
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up. We're not gonna go 4 hours for the first episode of Straight Shooting with Cannon.
I mean, we can keep going if y'all have more shit to say.
I mean,
We just do a quick intermission.
I mean, I got to pee, so it'll be a good time for a break.
All
Yeah.
right, so
We can take a little break.
Please
That's fine
enjoy
with me.
this word from our entirely fake sponsor that we're just going to make up on the fly.
Straight Shooting with Cannon coming soon to a podcast theater near you.
Podcast theater.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Are those things?
Kevin Smith had one for a minute, yes,
It's not really a podcast theater, though, is it? He's just recording his podcast whilst in a theater.
but which makes it a podcast
It's theater of
at
the
that
mind,
point.
Jim.
He's not wrong.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is Rob's review. The Marine Corps decided that they would throw in their lot with amphibious warfare. Well, number one, how are we going to get guys from the ship to the shore? Shell of any size that is judged in millimeters is more than likely going to be shot by an armored vehicle, unless you're the British. And this has been Rob's review. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is Rob's review.
Perhaps.
Welcome back. Thank you for enjoying that intermission, which will probably be more of Rob's review. Don't know. We haven't gotten that far yet. Enjoy our lack of preparedness.
But thank you for the opportunity for me to go upstairs and get more of these.
Yes, he's now on his 5th beer of the podcast.
That's not accurate. I mean, it's very accurate, yes.
But to say I can count.
Yeah. I am also of legal age to do this.
I didn't say you weren't.
I know. I also am in my own house.
That's right. You can't commit any crimes in your own home.
Nope, sure can't.
As soon as you walk inside and close the door behind you, no law can find you.
No law
That's
will
not
find
accurate
me.
at all, and we don't endorse that way of thinking here.
The law only happens when the police come in.
It's the law of the
because they
flamingo.
bring the law with them.
It's the-
Also, ACAB.
It's the law of the flamingo, bitch. No rules here. No rules here.
Get some wah-wah.
Drink some wah-wah. I cannot fucking wait to see Mark Rebelay in concert.
It's going to be a good time.
It's gonna be fan. I kind of hate that like he won't like take requests. I get it, like he makes all the shit up like on the spot, which
Yeah.
is gonna be
I was about to
fantastic.
say, it's hard to do requests if you're just making it up as you go.
I know,
It's
which is
not,
why
it's
I'm
not
almost
like a call and response improv.
just do like Flamingo Part 2 or something. Girls Club, I want to get in that girls club. So what we were talking about before, like
don't fucking
Twitter,
know.
like Twitter battles,
It's like 10 minutes ago. I got nothing.
It was longer than 10 minutes. We've been peeing and getting beers and putting sheets in the dryer,
Yeah.
having a good old time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, New Jack came at me on Twitter. Well, I've already mentioned this on a podcast. I'm not sure which one at this point,
I
but
want to say it was this one.
because I did a video about New Jack
Yeah.
years ago, just talking about the stuff that's already out there, and fuck it, I don't like New Jack. He like hurts people on purpose.
Yeah, no, he's kind of a shithead.
Yeah, he's not kind of a shithead. He is a shithead,
Yeah.
New Jack. Yeah. Straight Shooting with Cannon hates Aaron Lewis. What was that?
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin and New Jack. Pew 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 pew. Straight shooting. But yeah, I made a video about it, and every now and then I get a comment on that video from a New Jack sympathizer, and like it'll be like
New
fuck
Jack
you.
apologist.
Yeah, it's like fuck you, you stupid fat fuck. You don't know fucking shit about shit. Blah blah blah. And then like I'll like screenshot it and post it on Twitter. And I think in this instance I was just like, oh look, another. It's like you gotta love the New Jack supporters. And then I get a response from someone with New Jack in the profile picture, something involving New Jack in the name, said I do. And I was like, this isn't the real New Jack. So I look it up. Doesn't appear like it doesn't have that many followers. But then the more digging I did, the more I realized, oh wow, this is New Jack, because apparently his original account got deleted like several days before, and this was his new one.
That sounds about right.
Because it was slowly gaining all the followers back that he had, and I was just like, oh wow, this is the real New Jack.
Yeah.
So yeah, moral of the story is, Fuck New Jack. I ain't scared of you.
We're just gonna knock on the door.
I'm sure, look, we all know Mass Transit had no wrestling training. He lied his ass off. I, too, have not had any wrestling training, but I bet your ass I can hold my own in a wrestling match with New Jack if he knew how to wrestle.
Throwing shots here on Straight Shootin' with Cannon.
Straight Shootin' with Cannon.
Pew pew.
He can stab you in the face, but can't hit a suplex for shit.
Pew pew.
Pew pew, straight shooting, stop signs and garage cans.
Pew pew.
Also, he acts
Garage cans? What the?
Also, he acts like he invented the cannonball or some shit. Like he just
Invented the cannonball.
It's like, I rolled in
these
the corner.
yeah, he's like, oh, how dare these people do dives when I did the best dives? No, you just like jumped off the highest thing.
It's like, bitch, you fell.
You were like Shane McMahon before Shane McMahon, and somehow Shane McMahon did it better than you.
Well, everybody knows that Ryback invented the cannonball.
No, you want to know what Ryback invented?
Everything.
Twitter polls that backfire the fuck on you.
Ryback invented wrestling.
Did you see the Twitter poll that he posted that's been going around everywhere?
No.
Okay, he asked, hey, what company would you like to see Ryback in the future? He put up, it was like AEW, what was it, like WWE, AEW, Impact? I don't think it was WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was 3 actual companies and retire. 70% of the vote was retire out of almost 13,000 votes.
That's
the
incredible.
poll was up for like a day or two. I don't know. And I thought that was hilarious.
That's fantastic.
I'm not saying I hate Ryback.
I'll say it.
I mean, you can say it.
Ryback sucks.
I mean,
But he's just a dumbass.
he's a big dumbass.
He's a big dumbass.
He's
He
fun
keeps
to
hurting
watch.
people.
He's fun. He does hurt people. Oh, god damn.
Yeah, it's not like you've had 5 beers or anything.
Yeah, you've had none because you're a square.
Yep, that's right. I'm a square.
You know what you and CM Punk have in common?
We don't
No one
drink.
likes you.
That's
No, I'm
hurtful.
kidding. That's
like
mean.
CM Punk.
I redact that statement. I,
do think
take
it's funny
that
how
all back.
CM Punk's social capital has just been plummeting in the last few years.
Because I like you, Shim. I also like CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm wearing a CM Punk shirt right
You are. Holy crap.
Yeah. I
How
love CM
fun.
Punk.
Yeah.
I found out CM Punk was in a new movie recently.
Yeah, no, I saw that, yeah.
It's called Jacob's Wife. Mm-hmm. It's about this church man whose wife gets involved with a vampire, and CM Punk plays a cop in it. Not much of a punk anymore, are you now, CM?
Well, I think
Oh,
that's
man.
the joke. I need to...
Also, he's kind of a punk in real life because he's just, he got me into wrestling. I liked his stuff, and I still appreciate what he did in the ring, but just him as a person has sort of soured me on him the last several years.
And see, the thing is, with all the stuff that he gets in, the fighting and whatnot, I understand a lot of where he's coming from. I really do. Because, he had a really, really shitty family, so he has severe trust issues. And I had a really, really shitty family, so I have severe trust issues. So, I get it. It's not right. It's good. He should go to therapy. I should go to therapy. I'm pretty fucked up. But,
Beer's cheaper.
therapy is expensive. So, I get it. I really do. So it's not ideal. But, shit happens to you and it makes you behave certain ways and act certain ways. And, things get to you more than they ought to, and you don't realize it at the time.
Yeah, it's almost like things that happen to you in life mold you into the person that you become.
But also, it's not an excuse for bad behavior because many people who have very distressful childhoods and life experiences, but they still don't let that affect them negatively or allow them to affect other people negatively.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Also, CM Punk's wife and Denise from the George Lopez show are making a movie, aren't they, Shim?
Yeah, we saw that during the intermission.
What's wrong, Cap? What's wrong, Captain Shimmy?
Amy Garcia and
What's wrong?
AJ Lee.
Why did you sigh at my Batman quote?
AJ Lee will be writing the sequel. You heard that right, the sequel to the Keanu Reeves epic 47 Ronin.
Like a film, a movie.
Yes, a movie.
Wait, I thought it was going to be a comic because didn't she write a comic recently?
Yeah, no, she helped.
Or
write
is writing a comic?
The Dungeons and Dragons comic. Yeah,
Oh, fucking nerds. God damn it.
but no, apparently she's writing the sequel to 47 Ronin.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
48 Ronin.
I've seen 47 Ronin. I can't remember. I know we talked about it on the Keanu Reeves retrospective on the AYCH
definitely
podcast.
Go back and check it out. We talked about several Keanu Reeves movies.
That was a fun episode. Great time.
Some of his more underappreciated films, like Johnny Mnemonic and
Devil's
Bram Stoker's
Advocate.
Dracula.
Constantine.
I love Constantine.
I hate
Devil's Advocate.
I hate that Colt. Like, I love Devil's Advocate, but I really hate that Colt beat me to Constantine because, God fucking damn it, let's just talk about how under fucking appreciated that movie is.
Very much so.
I mean, I know a lot of people talk shit because it was like too different from the comics, but we have a great big Constantine fan over here, and they love it.
It's not that different, really. Like, they changed the setting.
Yeah.
And it's America instead of England. And
The coat's a different color. Big
coat's a
fucking
different
whoop.
color, and he's not English.
He's not blonde either.
He's
Not
still
blonde, yes.
a complete bastard, and everyone around him gets killed and suffers.
Yep.
And it's pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah.
It's just not English.
And plus, it's just a slick looking movie. It's
Yeah.
a good movie.
Like,
It's a good
it is
time.
still to this day my favorite depiction of hell on screen.
It's a good one, that's for sure. I like What Dreams May Come, though. I thought that was good.
Oh, God, I
haven't seen that.
since I was like
I
8 years old.
Love that movie. It's the visuals in that movie are fantastic. Robin Williams, maudlin Robin Williams in What Dreams May Come
What is
and
that?
Bicentennial Man. Like, I love those movies.
Like, Bicentennial Man I have seen. That's a fantastic movie. Anybody can fucking fight me all day on that
Damn
one.
right.
Like,
But What Dreams May Come is where Robin Williams dies and goes to heaven. Cuba Gooding Jr. is there for some reason. And then his wife kills herself out of grief, so he ventures into hell with Max von Sydow to rescue her.
Yeah,
I have
it's Dante's
never-
Inferno, but with Robin Williams.
I have never seen this movie.
It's really fucking good.
Wow.
Hell,
And also, there's a lot of classic paintings and the Descent to Hell.
While we're on the subject of underrated Robin Williams performances, I didn't know until recently that people don't like Patch Adams, and I'm like, why? That movie's fantastic.
Well, Patch Adams is kind of a funny little bird because it drastically changes the real life story it's based off. Like the woman doctor in the movie, his love interest was a man in real life, and he was not romantically interested in the Patch Adams character. And basically, they sort of just took a lot of liberties with a real life story.
Oh, so that's why people didn't like
and
it.
the real dude is not a great dude, really. There are some issues with that dude that I have seen. I don't remember specifically what, but I remember distinctly reading about this guy and going, I don't know if that's such
Well,
a thing
coming
to do."
from someone who has not done a drop of research on the real subject matter that Patch Adams is based off
Yeah.
of,
No, the movie's
I think
great.
it's a great movie.
movie's great.
And
Absolutely.
in a complete vacuum, Patch Adams could be a very enjoyable film.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was fantastic.
Yes.
That scene where he goes to Patch because his patient won't eat and he's just broken. Like, I know everything there is to know about medicine and I can't get her to eat. He's so broken inside, and I love that. He was a great actor.
Is Philip Seymour? I have not seen this movie since I was like 8. But I was thinking, is Philip Seymour Hoffman like the snotty, like, looks down his nose, is like, oh, we only are facts and reason, no joy, only medicine, and he's like, oh, laughter does help.
Yes.
I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
I called it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm really glad you brought up Bicentennial Man because no one talks about that movie.
I have the DVD. I love that movie.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
I haven't seen it in years, but I remember every frame of it.
You would love What Dreams May Come.
Yeah.
It's very much in that same vein.
Speaking of, on the Robin Williams, Jack.
I like Jack well enough,
I like Jack.
but it's the one where he ages 4 times as fast
Yes.
as a normal person.
Like, he's 40 when he's 10 years old. He looks 40 when he's 10 years old.
I sure hope he doesn't have sex with a woman in that movie.
no.
No, he doesn't.
Because even though he's a grown man's body, he's still a child at mind, and that's kind of.
Well, I just tell you this movie also has Fran Drescher in it.
Yeah, it does.
Mr. Sheffield.
By the way, What Dreams May Come is on Amazon Prime right now.
No, okay. I will put that on the list of things that I will forget to watch.
Yep.
I mean, we have a big list of stuff we're supposed to watch.
I don't know.
in the
It's
house.
Robin Williams. That's definitely going on the top of the list.
But
R.I.P. Now, I would put that on. It's like where were you in 9/11? It's like, where were you when you found out that Robin Williams died? I was in Jackson.
I don't remember where I was. I just remember crying.
Yeah, I remember not having fun when I found out. It was not pleasant.
Yeah.
Super sad. I don't mean to bring that up.
yeah, the tenor of the show just changed.
Straight crying with Justin.
Straight crying.
Straight shooting with cannon. Robin Williams should still be alive. Yeah.
There aren't that many celebrity deaths that I know where I was when I found out, actually.
I remember where I was when Steve Irwin died.
I don't remember that one.
I remember I was it was during the summer. I was over at my aunt and uncle's house having like a family pool party, and I saw that on TV. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Something bad almost happened.
I know where I was when Brody Lee died.
Yeah.
I was at the shop. I remember where I was when Roddy Piper died. I was driving to the shop, and Liz texted me that Roddy Piper had died.
Yeah, I remember getting like I remember being pretty choked up when I heard about Brody Lee pass, and like I was a wreck after that Brody Lee tribute.
Oh
that
yeah,
AEW
no,
did.
it's just laying there crying for 3 hours.
Yeah, I was at my mom's house for Christmas. Liz and I were at mom's for Christmas, and my cousin was there with her husband, and you would text me, and I looked down. Well, it's either group chat or you text me, and I looked down, and you said, I was like, holy shit, was not ready for that.
Yeah.
But like other time, like I don't know, like oh shit, is that the subject now? Like celebrity deaths that shook us?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I guess if we're going most recent, like Chadwick Boseman. I was on the couch watching a live stream of it was like some sort of like movie trivia thing. It was like Jericho versus Kevin Smith. I forgot the show, but whatever it was. It was like Screen Junkies. I never watched that channel. I haven't watched that channel in years, but I was like, oh, Kevin Smith versus Chris Jericho. Oh, well, I'm going to check this out. I'm watching a live stream, and then all of a sudden somebody's like, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman in the chat, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Somebody's obviously trolling. And then like more people started saying it, and then I immediately clicked off the stream and looked it up, and then the breaking fucking news: Chadwick Boseman just died, and I'm just like screaming in the living room.
No, I remember that night. The four of us were all just having like a family night, just hanging out watching TV. And then I remember, like, I was sitting next to Liz, and I was like, saw that on Twitter. I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if Chadwick will get a posthumous Oscar this year, because his last movie, one of his last movies, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, is up for an Oscar.
I mean, it worked for Heath Ledger.
So it's because it's something I wondered about, because he was up for a Best Supporting Actor this year, I think.
Yeah,
I want to see. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the movie. I want to see that movie he did. It's on Netflix that the Russo brothers directed. Again, I don't remember the name, but Chadwick Boseman is the star of it.
I do think that Heath Ledger didn't deserve the Oscar that year.
Straight shooting with cannon.
Pew pew.
I mean, I will say it was. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, he got it because he died.
Yeah, he was really, really good.
It was really good. I'm not going to say he didn't deserve it though.
Well, that was the same year that.
Well, yeah. Give me the performances that year. Who was he up against?
He got him
pull up the list.
there, Shim.
No, I know exactly who should have won it.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, but movies like that don't win shit.
Yeah,
award shows
comedies,
like that.
It got. I know it was nominated
For what?
for Best Supporting Actor. It was
I
the
mean,
same
like
category.
comedies can get nominated, but like comedies historically do not win well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it should have won instead of Heath Ledger. Robert Downey Jr. should have won instead of Heath Ledger. Is what I was saying. Because Heath Ledger won that year. Let's see, looking it up. It was 2009. Best Supporting Actor.
2008.
nominees.
The Dark Knight came out in 2000.
Yeah, it would have qualified for the 2009 Oscars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have Josh Brolin in Milk. He was fine. Michael Shannon in Revolutionary Road. Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Philip Seymour Hoffman in Doubt. And Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I still think Robert Downey Jr. should have won it. I think he might have won it that year if Heath hadn't died. Straight shooting with Justin. Pew pew.
You know what? I really hate to admit it, but I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah.
If in a world where Heath Ledger was still breathing, Robert Downey Jr. would have won.
Yeah.
But he was great in The Dark Knight, so I'm not
he
gonna.
was really great. Yeah.
Like, I still to this day have to catch myself and wrap my head around the fact that was Heath Ledger as the Joker, because I've seeing him in everything else, and then seeing him in that.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It's still not my favorite Batman movie.
I know. What's your favorite Batman movie, Justin?
Batman Returns.
I can't. I got nothing on that one. Batman Returns is fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like, and it's weird to say because I do agree. Kevin Smith, Tim Burton obviously didn't know dick all about Batman, but I'm not gonna shit on the movies. I will say I think I enjoy Batman Returns over the first one.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's the best Batman movie. Like, I love The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is clearly, out of all the films that feature a character named Batman, it is the best film. Like, it's the most well-made film. Except for Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which is the best Batman movie. Fight me. But as far as live action...
I can't fight you. I haven't
The
seen it
second
yet.
best Batman movie is Lego Batman.
I mean, it's hard to disagree. But out of live-action Batman movies, The Dark Knight might be the least Batman movie. To me, it just feels like Heat featuring a dude dressed as Batman. It's a crime thriller. So it's why it's probably my, I'm not going to say least favorite, because Batman and Robin is a thing.
I mean, I get your comparison, but I don't get how it's a bad thing.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just if I'm watching a Batman movie, I want it to feel like I'm watching a Batman movie. But when I watch The Dark Knight, it feels like I'm watching a crime thriller, and Christian Bale is also there dressed as Batman. It just... Like, if you're making a Batman movie and the thing that feels most out of place is your Batman, I think somewhere along the line you took a misstep.
I'm a mark for the Nolan trilogy. I got nothing in this fight.
No, see, I love Batman Begins, and I'll defend The Dark Knight Rises.
Batman Begins does not get the love it deserves.
No, that one feels like a Batman movie more so than The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And it gave us a really good game that nobody talks about either.
I love that
Batman
game.
Begins game was fun as
awesome.
fuck.
Without that game, there is no Arkham series. I maintain that.
It did have like a fear-based system first. Yeah. It was a wonkier version. I mean, I'm not even going to say wonky. From the old retro replay, like I've watched like YouTubers play this game again, and and it's pretty much the same system. It's like, I get one guy, I'm a little scared. I'll get this other guy, I'm shitting my pants.
Yeah. It was really good.
And the driving sequences that were just like my favorite racing series of all time, Burnout, where you're like in the fucking like tumbler Batmobile in a tank, essentially just wrecking mofos down the street trying to get to your destination. It's
the vehicular version of Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Yes, and
I love
it.
that game. I love everything that studio made. Hulk Ultimate Destruction was great. Both prototype games I really enjoyed.
I love the ebb and flow of this podcast. Each subject just leads to another, and I think it just works.
Yeah, it's total stream of consciousness bullshit.
This is the banter episode. This is the caging banter.
Yes.
Uncaged banter of straight shooting with King. You know what? Fucking Batman Begins was a good game and a great fucking movie. Fuck you. Yeah.
It is hard to believe there was a time not too long ago, not too distant past, where a good Batman game was like an oxymoron. Like
Batman Dark Tomorrow. You're welcome. Now everyone has to
Tomorrow.
look up that shit.
I think
'Cause
I
it
know what
was
you're talking about.
Fucking awful.
I've seen videos about it. Did that
made
game
it-
ever come out?
Yeah, I played it. I rented that shit from Blockbuster along with the Aquaman game. It was a bad weekend for little Justin. He did have the 2 animated series games, and those were actually pretty fun.
God, I'm sitting here trying to like, you know me, I'm a huge Batman mark. I'm trying to think of my all-time favorite Batman movie.
Look, in Dark Tomorrow, when you'd fight a villain, you had to handcuff the goon. Go through like a 4-second animation of you handcuffing this asshole, or he'd get back up indefinitely.
Oh, I remember reading about this in Nintendo Power.
And I got 30 minutes into this shit before I got to a little platforming section where you had to jump across just a little gap that any normal person could just scoot across. It was like a fucking puddle in the street, some shit like that. But you had to do something to use your bat grapple, and the grapple didn't work, so I just died for 30 minutes. I was like, fuck this. And so I put in the Aquaman game, and that was also not a good time.
What system was this for again?
God, this was this was Xbox. This would have been Xbox.
I remember there was a very infamous Aquaman game, like circa 2003, 2004.
It was fucking awful.
Wow,
it was bad.
I do not remember this at all. I had an OG X-Bone.
And I had the Superman game that came out at that same time that was not good.
Was that the Superman 64 game?
No, that was for the N64.
It's up there in that box. I haven't tried it yet.
It's not bad. Like, it's not great. The thing I enjoyed doing was using the cheat codes to unlock all the suits and just flying around the open world.
Yeah,
Because each level was like a pretty big open world. You fly around. The action for the game was not good, but it wasn't Superman 64 level bad. But no, I had a good time just farting around in it.
It's a great flying sim.
Like,
It was fun. But Aquaman was like that, but without a sense of direction and also style, and also it was shitty.
whatever happened to that leaked video game interface of a new Superman game where it showed like a full-fledged their version of Superman?
Apparently they scrapped that, from what I heard,
Man.
and then moved on to that Suicide Squad game. And there was supposed to be a Daredevil game coming out about the same time as those.
There was going to be a Daredevil game for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video about it, how they were going to make like this sort of, because there were the Spider-Man games at the same time, this like exploration, like street brawling game.
Yeah.
But also that they had a lot of pressure to like incorporate like hit trendy things that were popular at the time. Like for whatever reason, it's going to be a rail grinding mechanic because people really liked Tony Hawk at the time. So like for random bits, Daredevil will be like grinding on the rail in New York City somewhere. And this was before the movie.
Yeah.
So like it was just sort of just back in the day where they can just release a superhero game apropos of nothing, just like, hey, we have an idea for a game. And like as a Daredevil fan, that makes me so sad that
They were running ads in comic books.
yeah.
Like they were on the back covers of a shitload of books, and then just you never heard anything else about them.
Oh, wow.
They were going to do a Gotham by Gaslight game too before that shifted into Arkham.
I think I have seen videos about that.
like
Yeah.
early alpha like footage of people who somehow like found the like old like components and then just walked around in this very sort of like bare bones Victorian world.
That would have been cool.
Because it seems like the only really like superhero games that kind of get made outside of like a licensed like movie is like or Spider-Man games.
I know we'd probably never see it, but this is me just fan booking here. But I would love to see Rocksteady tackle a Guardians of the Galaxy video game.
That would be fun.
Make it to like chapter style, to where you play each member differently in different scenarios, and then I think that would be fantastic.
I wouldn't mind mid-2000s BioWare doing a Guardians game. Just imagine Knights of the Old Republic, but with the Guardians. You've got them on the ship. You can choose your team. You've got a good story.
All right, a question for the BioShock fans here.
BioWare.
Oh wait, never mind. I thought you said Bioshock.
I might have, but I meant
No,
BioWare.
well, BioWare. No,
Yeah.
I may have misheard you. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I really like Bioshock.
I'm a Bioshock fan too, so yeah, we
I mean,
segue.
like a story building game, BioWare style. I mean, yeah, I'm very tempted to pick up. Well, I would be very tempted to pick up the like holy shit package of the Mass Effect trilogy if I had a PS5, which I don't have because it's impossible to get right now.
Yep.
So I have a Switch where I can play Retromania Wrestling though.
I have a Switch where I play Monster Hunter. It's a lot of fun. It takes some time to get into.
Also,
they throw a lot at you.
I'm a Switch dumbass. How do you add people? Like, you have to give you like your Switch code or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. If you can manually type in their friend code and that will send requests to them.
Yeah.
Or I do vice versa.
So far, I only have one friend. Guess who it is?
Is it Liz?
No,
Oh, who is it?
it's Mac.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, after the show, I'll add you on Switch.
Hell yeah, we got to be Switch friends. We got to play games online. I know I kind of shot myself in the foot by not getting the full blown Switch, but again, there are 3 big boy Switches in the house, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get the baby version.
I mean, and like honestly, whenever I play my Switch, it's always in handheld.
Yeah.
I think I maybe put it up to TV once.
Plus, I want to get Mario Kart. I wonder if I could like play people in Mario Kart in the house, like online. I'm pretty sure we could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We could have like races and whatnot.
Yeah. I want us to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
I want to play. I'm mad that that's just an exclusive. I love the Marvel Ultimate series.
I've started it. I've actually given it a whirl. I've played it for about an hour, maybe a little less. It's pretty fun, but it'd be a lot more fun with friends. So I will say, yeah, I was mad when it was like a Switch exclusive. In fact, that was like I was like, man, that's kind of one of the driving forces of me. I was like, man, maybe I want to get a Switch. Because I really didn't play the original Ultimate Alliances that much.
Oh, I love
but
those.
Still, I mean, I know it's just like Diablo with Marvel characters, but still, that's amazing. I'll take that all day. Take my money. I bought
spent
it.
so much time on X-Men Legends 2, then Ultimate Alliance 2. God, I fucking love those games.
Yeah, this is now the video games that we adore for podcast. And why the fuck not? Let's do it.
Yeah, so we just talked about shitty video games. May as well talk about good ones.
What is in a world where where a lot of old and classic games are getting remasters? What remasters do the Caging Greatness crew want? Let's go around.
Honestly, I don't really know of anything that Morrowind. To give me Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Give me a full Skyrim version of Elder Scrolls Morrowind, you fucking cowards. Do it. Do it now. Bring me Morrowind.
If we can have umpteen different versions of the most recent one, God damn it, I literally had it in my brain before I said it, and it just went poof. But the one they keep releasing for every goddamn thing.
Skyrim?
Skyrim on your PlayStation, get Skyrim on your watch, get Skyrim on film, get Skyrim on some bongo drums.
Okay, I know I'm cutting in the middle of the topic that I brought up, sorry.
Yeah.
But as someone who has never played Skyrim,
Yeah.
should I?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think I would like it?
I think so.
Because
But again, you're asking the guy with an Elder Scrolls tattoo, so
it might be.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, you do have an Elder Scrolls tattoo. I was there during the process of that one for a little while.
Yeah. But no, I think everyone should at least give it a try.
Because I think it's on the Switch, and I figure like if I finally have an excuse to give it a shot, I can play it on a Switch.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Because I don't know. I've just been going kind of crazy because I guess I got a Switch at the right time because there's like a pretty decent sale going on. I bought a game called Hades, and it's
Hades is very good.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's kind of like in the same vein of Dead Cells. I bought Dead Cells on the PS4. It's also available on the Switch, but I already have it, so I'm just gonna play it on. It's one of those games where, if you die, you go all the way back to the beginning. But, you get a little more progression or badass or whatever with each playthrough or whatnot. You learn as you go through.
Live, die, repeat.
Also got a game called Katana Zero. It's really fun. It's kind of the same vein. It's like a like a 2D side-scrolling version of Hotline Miami, but you're a samurai. It's fucking rad. And of course, Retromania Wrestling, I bought that because it's on the Xbox and the Switch right now. A PS4 version is coming. Again, it's pretty fun. I never played WWF WrestleFest, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
it's like a more, because I've been trying to understand the control scheme to
Fire Pro Wrestling.
Fire Pro Wrestling, yes, it's
tough.
It has no reason to be that hard to understand.
Yeah,
and it aggravates me. But Retromania Wrestling seems to be a more simplified version of that.
Yeah,
and
because I got Fire
fun.
Pro too, and I like Fire Pro, and I've got it pretty well. But I mean, I'm with you. It's unnecessarily difficult.
Yeah, like it's, man. I've tried like 3 fucking times.
Yeah,
it's just I can't
tough.
figure it out. I can't figure out how to do anything in that game.
Yeah,
I mean, I can figure out how to do things. Winning is not an option, apparently. I don't think I won a single match.
Just a tutorial would be very nice.
There is a tutorial in there. That's the thing.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I meant a good tutorial.
Yeah, because there's the tutorial. It gives you like some sort of progression. Like you'll unlock the next part of the tutorial when you do it. But I forgot what it was. But there was one. I got stuck because I could not, for the life of me, figure out what the fuck to do. Like, the game is telling me the buttons and the sequence to do, and I'm doing it every time, and it's not working. And I just get frustrated and give the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I didn't mean to get on a side tangent. Okay, I should play Skyrim. Anyway,
yes.
Remakes, HDs, in my case, you know what I want? Give me the first 2 Max Payne games remastered. Hell, even throw in the third one. Don't even remaster them. Use the Rockstar engine from the Grand Theft Auto 5, and it would be fantastic. Like,
sweet.
I wish I had a way to go back and count all the time that I spent playing the first Max Payne game. I love that game. It was so fun. Mm-hmm. And revamped versions of those games. And plus, you can't... I don't think you can... Unless you get like a physical copy on a PS2 or I believe an original Xbox, there's no like digital distribution for Max Payne 2, I think, for some reason.
Weird.
Like, I guess it was like, contracts or rights issues. I have no idea, but...
Yeah. Pat?
Well, the trick is a lot of my favorite games have already been HD remasters. Like,
look at me, I'm Pat. Everything's good for me.
Like, the Spyro trilogy's been remade.
Yeah.
Okami's been HD remastered. Let's see. I would like to see maybe I've already done it. Updated remaster of Infamous.
Yes. Oh my God. The first 2 Infamous games, please.
I love the shit out of Infamous 2. That's one of my favorite games.
A buddy at work has been asking me about Infamous, and he finally bought the bullet, and because I told him I was going to let him borrow my copy of Second Son, but it's not here. It's still in Foster's.
Yeah.
So he just bought it, and I'm just so glad because all he talks about playing is Madden. His life is fucking Madden football game, and he just plays it all the fucking time. And and he's like, you know what? I'm finally deciding, to play something. I want to get something different. It's like, I remember I really enjoyed Infamous. I was like, dude, Second Son's actually really good, and he bought it. I was like, you know what? I see you. I
like the Infamous stuff. I enjoyed those games, but that was also the same time I was playing Prototype, and I just like Prototype better.
Because I played both, and I think I like Infamous better.
And that's fair. I get that. I would also like a remaster of the original Fable with the Lost Chapters. I fucking loved Fable.
Well, Fable was pretty... I
played that
being
game
big back in the day.
like 6 times, all the way through, fully. I would also like Knights of the Old Republic. I want a remaster of that one, and I want them to fix 2 and remaster that and release it.
Give me HD remasters of the Gex games.
Yeah,
Gex.
Yeah.
Gex the Gecko. Okay.
Yeah. Because why the fuck not? So I know it would never happen, but like some sort of, I mean, maybe we'll get some sort of, a touch of it with the new AEW game that will come out. Hopefully, God please let it happen and let it be good. But some sort of like I know there's some sort of mod for it, like online for the No Mercy mod.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm talking about. Just like some sort of updated version of like the old like WCW NWO Revenge and the No Mercies, the WrestleMania 2000 wrestling games.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just love wrestling games.
No, they were
Just
great.
like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, chicken pizza and wrestling games. It's an all right night to me. A good wrestling game, that is.
Yeah. So, not like the, what was it, Raw? The original Xbox Monday Night Raw game?
Oh, I had both of them. I had WWF Raw and WWE Raw 2, which was funny when we went down Nostalgia Road when Jonathan brought the Xbox here, went to Replays, looked for some games, and they had a copy of WWE Raw 2 in the case.
Yeah.
For $50, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, no, why?
Why? I don't understand why this.
It's like having WCW Thunder, that game was shit.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I spent a huge chunk of my life playing a lot of shit wrestling games in my day.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
WCW Thunder got on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was bad.
It was not good at all.
It was really bad.
Did you play those, Pat?
Nope, that was before my wrestling days.
I was about to say you were pretty. When did you start watching wrestling again?
2015.
2015. Oh yeah.
I started period watching wrestling was 2015.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was not the. If you weren't an N64, your wrestling game sucked.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But WCW, it was WCW Nitro and WCW NWO Thunder. They're essentially the same games, just like different titles.
Yeah,
the best part about them was each wrestler had like little promo interviews. Like you hit a button and it'll play like alongside them, and some of them were some of the funniest fucking things ever said in the history of the world.
Looking at you, Ahmed Johnson.
No. That was WWF Warzone.
Yeah, but that's the best promo of all time from any wrestling game.
Yes,
it was terrible.
I was getting confused because Ahmed Johnson's not in WCW.
My
Thunder.
favorite part of Thunder was that they had the cheat code, so you can unlock the disco ring.
Yeah,
and then hit a button and make both of your characters or both characters on the screen do disco dances in the disco ring.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
use
fucking
that
stupid.
cheat code. Yeah, it's probably stupid. If I remember correctly, there were like stupid bonus characters. You could be a cow, an alien, like a two-headed alien monster.
They went full Tekken.
Like it was dumb, and like oh god, it was.
Bring back games with silly unlockable characters,
like other shitty wrestling
like
games.
AKI Man from WCW NWO Revenge.
Like
it's basically Pepsi Man.
Other shitty wrestling games that I spent way too much time on, WWF Warzone and WWF Attitude. Also throw in the ECW Anarchy Rules, which were the same games just with a ECW skin on them.
That was a terrible game.
It's like,
what about Backstage Brawl?
Let's play. Oh God, I had Mayhem. I don't think I had Brawl, but
Brawl
Mayhem was the same game, just with an actual ring.
Brawl was so bad.
Oh, God. You see, Pat, back in the day on the PS1, there were some of the worst wrestling games in the history of ever, until, Ukes came along, and then the SmackDown series started, and then wrestling games became good again.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. The fucking... Ugh.
It was not good, Pat.
It was not a good time. The WCW
glad I missed
Mayhem,
those days.
because they're like screenshots of old Game Informers. Apparently, there was going to be a WCW Mayhem 2 with like a better engine. Everything was going to be good. It was going to be awesome. It was going to be nice for all the people who want to play a WCW game. And then WCW died.
Folded, yeah.
Yeah, it was R.I.P.
They went bye-bye.
God, it was weird growing up during those times. It was fun. Very weird.
Yeah, no, it was odd.
odd times.
Yeah.
It is interesting to look back on the era of the attitude WCW and all that, because I was of course a kid and aware of that stuff. The kid, because literally every other kid around me was that's all they did, is all they talked about. So I got a lot of pop cultural osmosis through it, and it is sort of fun to think about who I would have liked, who I think I would have liked back in the day if I was cognizant and active in watching wrestling in the Attitude Era. And I think I really, just knowing what I liked as a child, I think I would have really been a fan of Chyna. I think she probably would have been one of my favorites.
No, that's fair.
Which I have a question though. Knowing what you know about me now, who do you think I would have enjoyed from the Attitude Era? Sort of blanket from that time, not just specifically WWF.
S.A. Rios and all the WCW luchadors.
How the fuck did you know I was thinking of S.A. Rios? Even though his career got shit canned because, I guess Lita was... People love Lita more.
Yeah, no, they paired him with Lita.
It was the Mark Marrow Sable thing all over again.
Yeah, except S.A. Rios was talented. I fucking said it, Mark Marrow. Come at me, bro.
But, strangely enough, and I don't mean to be another Debbie Downer, but Chyna died on 4/20.
Oh.
Same day as Prince.
Same day as today.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Prince did. That's what happened, because literally Chyna and Prince died on the same day.
Yeah.
Literally the same day. That's what happened. But, wow, who you would have liked during the Attitude Era?
Yeah, during that era of wrestling.
In WCW, you would have loved the luchadors and Billy Kidman.
Yeah. I know Rey Mysterio was active during the time. I know.
You probably would have really liked Psychosis. He was excellent. I loved Blitzkrieg. He wasn't there for long. He got there about the same time as Lash LaRue. But no, you would have loved the Luchas. You would have loved Kidman. S.A. Rios.
Huh. Let's see. Who, I mean...
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, for WWE, it's tough, yeah.
For WWE, it's tough. Justin did nail it on the head. All the luchadors, like Juventud Guerrero.
Oh yeah,
Hoovy
Hoovy was great when he wasn't
talking,
mind on PCP and going through
when he
hotels
wasn't
naked
just fucked on every drug imaginable.
Because this is definitely the era of wrestling where there's still a lot of rampant and very destructive substance abuse.
Oh yeah,
I'm so grateful that today mostly locker rooms are just people being congenial and enjoying video games with each other.
I think you might have enjoyed Too Cool as a tag team from the WWF side of things. They were silly, goofy, had good times. Yeah. I mean, granted, it was besides the fact of who they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think he would have liked them, but I don't know if he would have really enjoyed them a lot. Who are your favorites now, Pat?
My favorite wrestlers today?
Yeah.
Let's see. My favorites today are Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Asuka. There's a lot of luchadors here in a sec. Pentagon, Phoenix.
Yeah. Skip the luchadors. Everybody else. We know the luchadors.
I'll say this. I'll just sort of blankly, I'm a big fan of very showy wrestlers, people who have a lot of big characters. I'm a sucker for gimmicks. People just sort of have larger Naito, Okada.
You would have loved Kai and Tai.
I think he would have liked Kai and Tai. They were great. Honestly, though, as far as top tier, Michaels and Jericho.
Yeah, you would have loved Jericho.
Yeah,
Jericho was great in WCW. They just didn't want to do shit with him.
Yeah, and Michaels was he was the top tier ultimate showy guy. He was great.
I mean, Shawn Michaels was a dickhead in the back, but he put on a show. He put on a damn good show.
Yeah, I think honestly it would have been Jericho and Michaels.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid suggestions.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to pick people from the Attitude Era that Pat would love.
Well, because
I hate that this is so hard because this should be easy for me.
He's got a clearly defined taste now, and there wasn't a lot of that.
It just wasn't the same. Yeah,
it's
there were a lot of there was some good wrestling out there, but nowhere near as much as it was today. The ring work was just not there.
Honestly, if they had been available, he probably would have been into New Japan more than anything else.
Yeah,
you would have liked Mizawa and Liger. A lot of the guys that you love now, you would have liked back then.
Yeah, because I know just from my own personal taste, like there's always some of the bigger talents I'm a fan of, but I feel like the bigger names aren't like my favorites. Like I feel like I kind of gravitate toward more to like the smaller, more like underrated people.
Yeah,
because that's just like, everybody has a natural inclination to certain things.
You probably would like Foley.
Oh yeah,
Foley was the Kevin Owens of that era.
Yes, definitely.
He was the one who made everybody else look amazing and never got the credit he deserved.
Since we're talking about wrestling now, and since this is the whatever the fuck we want it to be episode of the podcast,
Pretty much.
This is the banter episode, and also the three of us are huge fucking wrestling fans.
Yeah,
and all of us have entered the world of wrestling in different ways. So I'm curious. I want to know everyone's introduction into the world. What made you what made you want to keep watching wrestling after you started, I suppose?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Like I said, wrestling for the longest time was sort of just something I knew, was aware of, but not something I really had any sort of stake in until late 2014 into 2015. I would say it would be 2014, because I happened to listen. This is back when I was listening to the Nerdist podcast years ago, and Chris Hardwick was interviewing CM Punk, and I was like, I didn't know who this guy is. I just listened to every episode. I was like, oh well, he sounds like a pretty cool, talkative guy, and does a lot of nerdy stuff. He sounds really interesting. Let me look up him, and I just happened to see he was a wrestler, and I was watching his matches, and it's like, oh wow, this looks really cool. And sort of like through him, that sort of like was my sort of thorough line into the greater world of wrestling. And as a big fan of his, I got his DVD set that WWE had at the time. It's like, oh wow, he can talk really well. He has all these really cool matches. And then from there, that's how I got into wrestling. I remember the very first of the time wrestling I saw was 2015 Wrestle Kingdom from New Japan. I was at Shimmy's house.
Yeah.
We watched it then.
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit, look at these people. Like, I would love to go back and rewatch that. Just with and I would know everybody there. I was just blown away. Like, all these guys I had never seen before, and I just they're doing crazy stuff. And just sort of, I think I talked to Shim a little bit about where to watch and where to start. I went to WWE. And it's funny enough, even as like a newbie fan, I would watch WWE regularly, and I wouldn't be like super impressed. So it's like, oh, this is neat. But then I just happened to catch that Ring of Honor was on like one of the basic access channels late at night on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then like literally every single week I would watch, I'd be like, holy shit, at least once. Because that was back when a lot of the guys that are in WWE now, they were in the indies and they were just tearing this shit up.
Back when Ring of Honor was good.
Yeah, Ring of Honor had its glory days. I remember my very first live wrestling show was a Ring of Honor show. And it was a fucking banging show.
Nice.
And I learned about, I found some new figure like Roddy. Back in the day, I thought Roddy was just so-so. And then now when he got to NXT, I really was like, oh, I took a lot more stock in Roddy. But one of my first favorite wrestlers was Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. I grabbed either of them right away. And then just sort of slowly accrued favorites like Sammy and Kevin. Like, I remember the first time I saw Kevin Owens was when he had his surprise debut. And I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? When he fought John Cena and won.
That was a good time.
Yeah. You're still NXT champion at the time, right?
Yeah, he was. And ever since then, I've been sort of sticking with him. And as shitty as the wrestling fandom can be and the wrestling world can be, like, I just genuinely enjoy the people that are good and do good things. And, like, that's what keeps me going. It's just, I just love the people. I love the characters. Love the pals I made along the way, and it's probably one of my biggest like sort of interest right now, and it has been for several years. I don't expect that to change. It may wax and wane like any fandom, but it's sort of like a core of my interest now.
Fair.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shim.
I saw the VHS for the 1994 Royal Rumble in the local movie gallery. I was 8 years old. This was late 94 or 95-ish, that era. And I didn't know what it was, but I saw Macho Man Randy Savage on the cover because I like Slim Jims like everybody did. Yeah. And so I rented it. And that's the match where Owen kicked Bret Hart's leg out from under his leg.
Kicked his leg out of his leg.
Yeah, and I watched that tag match. And I was like, yeah, Bret should tag out. What's like he's hurt. He should tag Owen, his brother, who is awesome. And then Owen kicked him. I was like, yeah, fuck Bret Hart. Get him again.
So you're so selfish. All you had to do was tag me, Bret. All you had to do was tag me.
I was on Owen's side firmly. So, like, I knew Macho Man from the Slim Jim commercials, but my first favorite wrestler was Owen Hart. And so after that, I loved the thing so much. I rented all the videos that Movie Gallery and Blockbuster had. So I saw the SummerSlam where Undertaker fought the Undertaker, and I saw the
Underfaker.
Yeah, Underfaker. It was a good time. You know, Mania 3, where Andre and Hogan was fine, but it was the Steamboat Savage match that sold it for me. And that's about the time wrestling started getting popular. So I begged my dad to order me the 96 Royal Rumble because it was live. So I saw Shawn Michaels win that, and just kept going from there. And then watched it on TV. And my dad went through this weird Christian phase where he would record Raw and WCW and tape over the bad parts. That lasted about a month. Because
think about the time involved to have to do that.
Yeah, he was real lazy. I don't know what his deal was.
Was this during Attitude Era?
Yeah,
he's probably doing that a lot. Then
yeah, he would pick weirdly arbitrary things, like the New Age Outlaws would get taped over because they were New Age. I was like, Dad, that just means they're not like from the last age. You're an idiot. But after about a month or so, he stopped caring and got back into drugs. So that's how it goes.
I love the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah, they're good. I wish Road Dogg wasn't such a stupid shithead these days.
Yeah,
but whatever. So I just kept watching from there and never really stopped. About the same time, I discovered comics. So I've been watching wrestling and reading
comics
and reading wrestling.
I mean, I will say,
since I was 8,
we've had this conversation a lot. Like comic fans and wrestling fans, there's
a lot of overlap there.
Yeah, it's very, very circular Venn diagram.
My earliest memory into wrestling, I was very young. I don't know how I acquired these, but I had a deck of playing cards that were WWF themed, and of course had a bunch of classic wrestlers from the time. It was like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, stuff of that nature. But I never watched it when I was really young. I didn't really give it a try until one day. My dad and I went to my aunt and uncle's house. They decided to rent the 1998 Bash at the Beach pay-per-view, where the main event was DDP and Karl Malone versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman. And I wasn't really paying attention, for the beginning of the show. I paid attention to the main event because I knew who Dennis Rodman was, even though I didn't watch basketball. And, of course, everyone knows, even if you don't watch wrestling, you fucking know who Hulk Hogan is.
Yeah.
So, and
for better or for worse.
I watched that, but it wasn't until my dad was a big WCW fan. I knew WWF was the thing, but it just wasn't on my radar at the time. So one night I'm flipping through the channels, Nitro's on a commercial, and I flipped to Raw on USA, and I couldn't believe I'm in the middle of 1998, the height of the Attitude Era. I am a newbie, fresh on the scene. I didn't know who Stone Cold was. I know who fucking Bill Goldberg was before Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the episode in question was, and I do believe the pay-per-view was WWF Breakdown. To set this up, Stone Cold Steve Austin was the special guest referee for a match between Undertaker and Kane. Somebody please fact check me. I think it was Breakdown. Let's just be sure. 1998. Stone Cold was the referee. If he didn't count a winner, if he did not count Undertaker or Kane as the winner of the title, Stone Cold would be fired. Stone Cold attacked both Undertaker and Kane, knocked them both out, did a double count, and declared himself, Stone Cold, the winner of the match, and called Vince McMahon's bluff to be like, hey, fire me, motherfucker, if you got the balls. And then Vince McMahon fired him. Anyway.
Whoops.
I don't think that was because Breakdown was Kane and the Undertaker defeated Stone Cold, triple threat for the WWF Championship.
You're right. That was a triple threat.
They were barred from pinning each other.
Yeah. Yep, never mind. Shit. It may have been Judgment Day. I don't know. Fuck it. But anyway, the next night on Raw, Stone Cold Steve Austin shows up on Raw, and I turn over the channel, and all I see is this bald guy decked out in camo with this old man crying, duct taped to a wheelchair, wheeling him out to a ring with a bow and arrow and a gun and a rifle, I do believe. He had all of these things. And then, like, Vince McMahon is crying in the ring, and then Austin pulls a gun, puts it to his head, pulls the trigger, and a flag comes out that says Bang 316. I don't know what this means, but I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Don't forget, Vince pissed himself.
I know. I was about to get to that. He stands Vince McMahon up, and Stone Cold says, I believe we need to get a new shirt, and all it needs to say is, McMahon 316 says I just pissed my pants. And then he gives him a stunner, and then the show ends. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? I need to watch more of this. And that is when I became a try and true wrestling fan. The Attitude Era, after that night, I watched it every Monday night. Again, my dad was a big WCW fan. We would only watch the WCW pay-per-views because I thought he bought all the WCW pay-per-views, but he allegedly may have had, a box or a service. So, you can get, things to watch for free that you're not supposed to watch for free. Allegedly. But anyway,
we here at Case Greatness did not support the cool crime of stealing.
I always thought it was like, wow, all these cost money. He's getting every single one of these. Holy shit! But no, and then one day my mom's just like, this was March, April. It was probably March of 1999. Mom's like, hey, pack a thing of clothes to go to school tomorrow. You're going to your dad's. I was like, why? He goes, he said he rented something called WrestleMania. I was like, holy shit, Dad rented a WWF pay-per-view? Holy shit. And that was like Stone Cold and The Rock's first out of their 3 WrestleMania matches. And holy shit. That was also when I got to see the Big Boss Man getting hung. I mean, he wasn't really hung. He was on a harness, but still, like, young me was like watching somebody allegedly hanging by their neck, and I was like, oh God, oh no. But anyway, I've been from there. I was pretty hardcore into wrestling until about, I don't know, around 2004, I kind of like fell off. I didn't like check back in until around my college days, around between 06 and 08. I would dabble here and there, and I didn't really get back into the hardcore watching stage until I moved here, because I discovered I didn't know what NXT was, but I was intrigued. And I made a point to watch, when I moved here, it was the weekend of SummerSlam, and they had the first takeover in Brooklyn, and I watched that, and I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic.
Because I remember back when we used to live at an old place, we used to have NXT parties, because Jimmy would have, like, the big 4 parties at his place.
Yeah.
And this is where we would just get rip-roaring, blasted, and watch, NXT takeovers. And we would just go nuts. I remember when we saw New Orleans, we had the first Ciampa Gargano match, and their feud that kind of got ran into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
When Aleister Black won the NXT title.
Yeah, it was the first time we saw Aleister Black smile, and that was the thing that bothered us more than anything.
It was terrifying.
We're like, oh, God, we love you, Aleister. We're glad you won, but I don't know. I can't give him shit for smiling because he had every right in the world to be happy, but damn it, was that just like kayfabe breaking? Like, you're not supposed to be happy ever.
Well, at that point, I had been... It's like that's when I started hanging out at the store that I eventually bought, and now like for years I had no friends to watch wrestling with me. Yeah, I didn't know anybody who liked comics. I didn't know anybody who liked wrestling. I didn't really know that many people who would have said I was a friend. So, at that point, like I started with when I met Liz. It was like, hey, you're going to watch wrestling. You're wrestling. You should watch it. It's fun. Like, sure. And then it just grew and grew from there. And then you guys are wrestling. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to build my own fucking wrestling friendom.
Yes.
Screw you guys. Everyone who ignored me before.
Wrestling brings people together.
Certainly does. I remember
Through sheer force of will, you're welcome.
I still remember, like, one of the last WrestleMania parties we had with, at Shimmy's place with, it was the feel good WrestleMania. Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar. Kofi Mania. Kofi won the WWE title. Becky Lynch won the women's title.
Yeah.
And like that was like probably not the last really big WWE show we were always like super enthused about. And then at first of 2020, before all the bullshit happened, we watched Revolution with a huge group of people.
Oh my God! Like watching people like Lucas and Mac who did not watch wrestling ever.
We only really know wrestling because they hung out with us.
Again, force of will.
but like Mac, I remember Mac like especially because he's watching it and at some point he's just like, okay, I get it. Like I get why people enjoy this now. Yeah.
And
I believe it was during the Lucha Bros Young Bucks match.
Yeah, I think so.
No, wait.
it was Hangman and Kenny.
No, Hangman and Kenny versus the Young Bucks. Yeah. That match. Oh God.
Because we had a couple other friends who had never watched wrestling, and they were just like, "Oh, we get it." After that match,
Yeah, our friends Sam and Katie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Listen to the show. Shout out, you guys.
Hey.
We miss you already. They moved across the
So
country.
then it's automatically over 3 or 4, like you keep saying. We're closer to 10.
Yeah, but if I say 3 or 4, people feel bad for us and keep listening.
No. We got it. All right, let's.
No, like legitimately, we get, like I said, about 40 or so listens per episode. Roughly.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of those are unique. I don't know how that system works, but people listen to us. I don't know why.
I would say
thank every single one of you
for your like first I guess not even year, but like your first like period of being a new podcast, like you're already like doing very well compared to like the first year of AYCA's but then you do have an edge because we from the beginning were like a variety show. We didn't have one consistent topic, but with you have at least a thorough line of a topic, so it's easier to like accrue listens when you have like a more dedicated subject.
Right.
But I will say, not to discourage that, but you have done very well for your first couple of months as a show.
No, Patrick, we have done well.
We are a family.
You keep talking like you're not part of this pod. Like I'm from L. You can hear. I'm slumming it over here with these guys. No, you're just as much in this shit as we are.
Well, at least
you know
said
that.
If anything, I should be the one that feels something. I'm the guy that gets invited to be on these shows from time to time.
Well, I mean, you're part of this. They invite you to but you're part of this show, bro.
This is true. I am a part of this one, and I am
the fact
damn
that we're doing
proud.
this without Jonathan, if we hadn't called him and got him on here at least a little bit,
I
I
feels kind of dirty.
Yeah,
feels a little dirty.
But I mean, we didn't do any of our normal intros. We've been going for much longer than any episode has ever gone. We are at 2.5 hours.
Oh wow, really?
And that's not counting like the intros or the intermission.
Holy
whatever.
shit balls!
Like it was probably Rob reviewing some bullshit.
I have
don't
had
know.
7 beers, and
Yes,
I've
you
had
have.
a good old time.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, so I think it's probably a good time to wrap this one up because anyone who's still listening, I'm sure their patience is wearing quite thin.
Yeah. Thank you for bearing with us. Like I said, we had a plan today. We decided to just record something anyway, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a good time. I'm glad we decided to do this.
I mean, hadn't you forgotten that we were going to do the episode movie anyway?
Wait, what?
Didn't you say you forgot we were supposed to be recording tonight?
I didn't know it was set in stone, but then when I went back to look at the message thread, I was like, oh shit, we are doing this. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gung-ho to do it. I was ready to watch some. I was confused. I was anticipating Bangkok Dangerous, and then shit got flipped around.
Yeah, we were
going to go Driving Angry.
Yeah, we were going to do Bangkok Dangerous, but I don't want to pay for that movie, and it's not free anywhere because that movie's not good. And so I was like, well, we'll just do Drive Angry because I already have that one, and I hear it's good. I haven't seen it yet. It'll be a movie I haven't seen. And then Jonathan is unconscious and has been for some time. So I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah. We don't want to do a normal episode with a man down, you know? So we were having such a good time just going back and forth saying stupid shit like we always do that we thought, why not monetize it for content?
Yeah.
And one day we'll actually be able to monetize it for content. I'm still looking into merch. I need to do that at some point. So
Patreon wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, we do a Patreon. Fuck it. You 5 people listening to us will give us $5 a month to do stupid shit.
Speaking of, on a recent excursion to Target, in fact, I do believe it was before our Lord of War episode, there was I saw like a 6-pack set of Nick Cage movies that had Lord of War and Bangkok Dangerous in there.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I forgot the other 4.
Sure. And we probably will too.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, no, hell, this has been so weird. I don't even want to do our normal sign-offs.
I mean, we might as well. We do it every time.
Yeah, but we didn't do our normal intro. Like, we didn't do any of that shit. We didn't say shit about Thomas Jefferson.
I mean, it's fine. We can still tell people who we are and where they can find us.
I mean, we can.
I mean, we always plug.
Yeah, I mean, we are shills, aren't we?
We are shills.
Okay. So, Cannon, where can the people, all 2 of them still listening, find you?
Well, I tried to make it as short and sweet and simple for all of you as possible. It is That Cannon Guy. You can find me at that name on Instagram, on Twitter, and Letterboxd. Probably other places that may or may not have demonetized me. YouTube. Yeah. I'm still up there. I just don't make any money. I got my $100 and I ran.
Pat?
Cashed out.
Pat, where can they find you?
Yeah, thank you all for listening. You can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. My art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art. And if you don't mind going over to the AYCH feed, if you're listening to it during the week of April 19th, we released our 2021 Oscar prediction show where we go through the Oscar nominees and say who we think would win and who we want to win. And if you're listening to this some other time, well, there might be another episode coming out. We have one coming out Monday, April 26th, and that will be Lads Making Isekai Anime. If you don't know what that is, stop by AYCH and check that out.
Oh, I'm going to have to stop by because I have no fucking clue what that is.
And what's funny is this episode might not even be out by then. Like, it might be that Tuesday before this shit shows up.
This episode might be out in 2022. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, no, it'll be out by the end of the week. Like, if I still feel good after getting my shot on Thursday, I'll fucking do it then.
We need to do a podcast where we all just record ourselves after the shot and then just like.
It would be funny if you did like a time capsule episode.
My fucking arm hurts.
We record an episode and just release it like a year down the road.
Yeah.
Just like set it and forget it.
Like how the Back to the Future episode was like a year in the making, pretty much.
Essentially. Go check out our Back to the Future episode where we deep dive into it with some nice critical thought and some movie analysis hosted by our dear friend Wenzel. And we're bringing back our essential viewing, our movie review, movie criticism episode. It's a lot of fun. It was a long time coming.
Yes.
Wenzel put a lot of work in that. So
fun time, good time. I listened to it today. It was good.
Yeah, I think after we all get our second shot, we should at least do a little video message so that we can put it like in the beginning of the next episode just as a catch up. Like, yeah, no, I got it and I felt fine. Yeah, I think I'm dying. That sort of thing. That'd be fun. Anyway, I am Justin, also known as Captain Shimmy. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Captain Shimmy's Kinda Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music. You can find me here on the podcast. You can find me at the store, the comic strip in Tuscaloosa on Hargrove Road. We sell comics and comic collectibles. If you've got old comics in your basement, your closet, or your attic that you just don't want anymore, bring them by. I'll probably buy them.
We sell comic and comic accessories.
That's right. Comics,
Comic books and comic book accessories. God damn it, Shimmy. Oh, he didn't say God damn it on the show. Fuck.
That's where you can find me. And once again, thanks for listening. And now I'm looking forward to making a brand new theme song for this sort of episode, because God knows we'll probably do it again sometime.
The 420 YOLO Johnny Blaze It swag, a.k.a. straight shooting with cannon.
Straight shooting with cannon. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Uncaged. But before we go off the air, I have a very important question to ask.
What's that?
Hey, Pat, is the trash taken to the road? Fuck, I gotta take the trash can to the road. Okay.
I got another question. Do you like Wilkins coffee?
If you keep you shot me, and I shitted.
And we shitted collectively.
Thank you, all one of you, for listening.
Happy 420, everybody. Good night.
Good night. It was a bad weekend for little Justin.
I called it.
Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I don't remember where I was.
Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I just remember crying.
Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I called it.
Pew, pew, straight sheep. Uncaged fans are a straight sheep. Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I called it.
Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I just remember crying.
Pew, pew, straight sheep.
I called it.
Straight sheep with cannon.